Good morning, fellas. How are we doing today? Sorry for the super long intro. This is a little earlier than what I'm used to waking up at, fellas. I mean, some days I wake up around 9:30, but not, dude, 9:30. What is this? A real job? 13-minute intro? Yo, that's the most fair underworking I've ever seen, to be honest. Most understandable. Okay. You guys should be flaming me for that. That's honestly so fair. All right, let's get into it. Alrighty, fellas, good morning. How are we doing today? Welcome back to our PokeMMO stream recap, your daily source of news, tips, tricks, information, and what's happening inside the PokeMMO community. We have a catch event to do today, as well as a bunch of catch events and other things coming up on the forums. If you want to stay up to date with PokeMMO, you can always check out the official forums. That's where a lot of conversation happens, where a lot of events are announced, and where you can kind of be in the know on a lot of that stuff. However, I understand that forums are kind of an archaic medium, so sometimes it's nice to have a little guy like me hop on and tell you what's coming up. So let's go ahead and get into it, and let me tell you what's coming up. So first things first, Safari Week is happening. Safari Week is live right now in the Pokemon community. From June 20th to June 29th, I believe, is the official Safari Zone dates. If you don't know, Safari Week is an official Pokemon event started by a content creator, YouTuber, I believe Absol Blogs, a decade ago, a long time ago. And it's really just a week where you're encouraged to go to the Safari Zone and shiny hunt. And that's it. It's really that simple. In any Pokemon game, whether it's PokeMMO, whether it's Fire Red, whether it's, Platinum, like whatever Pokemon game, you're just encouraged to go to the Safari Zone and shiny hunt. That's it. So if you want to do that in PokeMMO, it's a lot of fun. Certain people host little events. I think my Discord, for example, is giving away RP and giving away Pokeyen and giving event prizes to people who participate. It's a fun time. It creates for some amazing moments. Make sure if you shiny hunt at all, please record it. If your device can handle it. It's so cool to see clips in PokeMMO. For a long time, we didn't have clips of shiny reactions. I know it sounds crazy, but for a long time, we didn't have that. Especially if you were shiny hunting in the Safari Zone. Please record, because there's nothing worse than someone losing a shiny and not having that evidence, not having that memory. That's rough. At least Screenshot worst case scenario, but I recommend recording if you shunt in the Safari Zone, my personal opinion. All right. Continuing on. Safari Week catch event, 22nd of June. Oh, wait a minute, guys. That's today. Yeah, so this event's happening today. It's happening about 40 minutes. I'll be doing this on the Iron Man account. I'm not going to cover the details in great, because if you're watching the stream recap, you've already missed it. Apologies. There's a shiny Venonat up for grabs today. Let's see if we can continue the insane Iron Man shiny catch event luck. Next up, oink, oink, oink. That's so right, Spoink. There's a Spoink catch event this Sunday, June 29th. At 12 p.m. ET, Jagged Pass in Hoenn. 1 hour to catch as many Spoink and Sudowoodo as possible. Timid Manas plus 5 nature bonus. And then the prize is a gift shiny Spoink, an amazing shiny Pokemon. Check him out. And then also, we've talked about it a few times, but guys, Shiny Wars, the second official PokeMMO Shiny Wars, is coming up. Amazing art from Route 10. I've fallen in love with this art piece. There's just so much. The shiny charm stockpiles over here. The shiny carp, the master ball with the cat, the there's a pumpkin cat and the trick kitty. I forget which one this is. There's a lot of cool stuff happening here. If you don't know, Shiny Wars is essentially a 1 month long constant tournament. It is the Super Bowl. It is the Super Bowl of shiny hunting. It is the place to prove that you are the best, one of the best shunters, to make a name for yourself, and to possibly win one of the rarest vanities in all of PokeMMO with the black charcoal, the sparkling charcoal dragon wings, which are absolutely stunning. Only about, I want to say 25 to 50 people in game have these right now from last year's event. I'm curious to see if people will defend their title, defend their crown, or more will come into the game. So keep an eye out for more Shiny Wars content coming. Next up, we got to go over the suggestion box. If you want to impact the game, leave positive input, maybe see if you leave a good suggestion, I might even cover it on stream, right? There is this forum post. Please allow a setting to turn off teammate login notifications. As someone who's been in 2 large teams where, you know, the Iron Man team is now full with 150 out of 150 members. And then, I'll show you that really quick. As you can see, 150, 150. And then I was in Team Mister. I am in Team Mister. I'm just not as active on my main account. With 150, dude, that happens. It happens constantly. Constant login and log out notifications. If you're in a popular or active team, you understand it's kind of annoying. It's honestly, this is a selfish thing, but it distracts me when I'm recording. Like, and it's not the player's fault. It's not the, you know, they're just trying to play the game. They're trying to log in, log out, you know. But it distracts. I get distracted rather, right? And I would love some setting to be able to disable that. And Usopp goes into that. I love my teammates. I love chatting with them. I love the community. But the constant offline online is frankly quite annoying. And if you're familiar, there's certain shiny hunting strats that actually require you to log out and log back in very quickly and repetitively to hunt them efficiently. Shedinja, right? Yeah. To shiny hunt Shedinja, it is actually efficient to log out every time you use some XP candies on one, because it helps you skip the level up message, and that's really all like the moves it has to learn is so slow, right? So that's a big one. So I love this. A really simple. This is a perfect example of a quality of life update, a genuine quality of life update. Turning off a setting for the offline online thing. There we go. Okay. All right. Custom. Now, okay. What's cool about this, okay, is that you might notice this is a post from 2016. Okay. I think that's very relevant here. This is a post from Best Friends in 2016 that says, hey, can we please get custom surf sprites, right? And you just look at I love looking at the old UI. The old UI was so cool. Basically going over, hey, here's how like custom sprites could work. We could have a sailboat, a Lapras, you know, this is 2016. This is 9 years ago. Holy, okay. Anyways, Gyarados, you know, melodic. There's a lot of cute stuff, right? I love this one with the teddy bear, the swimming tube. Cute ideas for little surfing sprites, right? Typical stuff, okay? Now, what if we took that same post, very similar, and did it in 2024? I thought this was really cute that, like, good suggestions are ageless. That's a post from 2016 asking for custom surfing sprites. This is one from 2024 asking for a very, very similar thing. But this person went on to make some incredible art regarding it, which was so fucking cool. Look at this. I believe these are... all credit for the art goes to, and then he links Jinxed Ones. Like, this is so cool. The little Sharpedos, the Lapras sprites, the Whalmers, I love. The melodic. They're like, this is really cool to see actual factual visuals. And yeah, I think this is Swampert. Ludicolo's. Yeah, Ludicolo's cool, man. This is a really cool way to add an extra little vanity, extra little cosmetic, extra little customization to PokeMMO. Why not? You know, if this is doable for the devs, which hopefully it wouldn't be too out there, I would love it. You know, this is just a perfect little addition, as long as it's not against any sort of copyright, you know, as long as they can add it reasonably so without getting in trouble. Okay, so that's all the stuff I wanted to intro and talk about. We're gonna go ahead and get into Iron Man progress. Episode 5 did just release, and I cannot recommend you enough. I think it's the best episode of the Iron Man account, like by far, not even close. It's kind of insane. I'm really hoping people enjoy it. If you do, you know, let me know. Give me your thoughts on it. Watch the video. Give me your genuine opinion. Like it, dislike it, comment, etc., etc. I love episode 5. I thought it was really cool. So we're gonna jump. We have a catch event today. We need to still go for Articuno. We have a lot of things. We have a lot to do. If you want to support the channel, support the stream recaps like this to help you get caught up and updated with what's happening in the game very quickly. Factor, first link in the description. Only about 4 or 5 days or so left to sign up to Factor. That will extend my streamathon at the end of the month by 1 hour. For every single Factor sub, I will stream an extra hour, and then it's the best way to support the channel, and it's a great product. A product that me and my wife genuinely use and did use prior to ever even being sponsored by them. So check out Factor, first link in the description. Let's go ahead and jump into a day of PokeMMO, fellas. Woo. All right. Okay. It should be good. Why not? Dude, I hope you have fun. Yeah, that's a great way to put it, Jay Reyes. Like, the best part of an Iron Man account while it's unofficial is like, there is a benefit to creating an Iron Man account while it's unofficial, right? The benefit is, yeah. We're gonna reaction to the tutorial tab in the Discord. Maybe, dude. That's a great idea. Maybe. Maybe, Brewski. Maybe. Oh, what's up, Tingle? Okay, let me, one sec. But he ran off. Fuck, he was so fast. Okay. Let's, turn this back on. Someone said there was an Alpha Corsola over in Hoenn, I think. Hoping that is still there. Did I miss it? I might have missed it. That's okay. Alpha Corsola is a nice, like, water A group breeder, but it's also not the end of the world. The craziest thing in the world, so it's okay if we miss it at the end of the day. Let's go back over. I checked a Pheno as well in Unova, and I missed it, unfortunately. Alpha Corsola. Oh, it's Johto. Alpha Corsola Johto. We can go to that then. Perfect. We can go to that for sure. Okay. This is Shalpa Absol. That's fucking beautiful. That's awesome, dude. Why on alt? This is essentially my new main account. I've been playing this account for the past 5-6 weeks or so. This is the Iron Man account, man. The Iron Man, yeah. Last night I caught a Safari Apom. Wait, fucking congrats, Karoshi. Holy shit, dude. Let's fucking, dude, like, I think my favorite, one of the best Safari shinies. Whose factory could you be before your own? I don't think we used one. I think we just fucking bought that shit full price because we like needed it for a specific. How fucked up is that, you know? And we still were like, damn, this is like pretty worth it at times in our life, you know? Yo, what's up, Tuesday? What's up, dude? How you doing, man? Okay. Let's figure out, dude, how civilian. Okay, that is okay. To be fair, that is quite civilian of me. That's a fair point. Okay, let us bake in tomato. Catch event in 40 minutes. No time for. I thought about like, oh, what are the odds I can get ready in time to be able to do like a Jimmy run? That was never happening, dude. Civvy, shortening it to Civvy is crazy. Dude, congratulations, Tuesday. That's hardcore Nuzlocke in PokeMMO is extremely hard. Extremely hard. Congratulations, man. Let me get... This is stream recap 347, right? PokeMMO stream recap 347. I believe so. Let me get this moved on over. Yes. Dude, I'm happy to... I'm happy to hear it, S-Chats. I hope people... I love the Iron Man, dude. It's been a lot of fun. Okay. I'm gonna close everything except for Safari Week. We'll keep that up. Let's go ahead and grab our catching Pokemon. We have our Spore thing here. We need our... Spin does what we need. Boom. We need Garchomp for extra damage, like maybe. Plans for the next 40 minutes. I'll explain in a quick sec. I'm assuming it's just down here. Do this IRL Glorp. Okay, there you go. Pretty easy. Go grab his Pokeball. Alrighty, good morning. Another beautiful day on the Iron Man account on stream. How are we doing today? We are right now headed over to an Alpha Corsola over at Route 40 in Johto. That'll be a good Water A egg group breeder, which is one of the better egg groups in PokeMMO. A lot of Pokemon are in the Water A egg group. As well as Water A and Water C split, I believe. As well as we have a catch event today in about 40 minutes, okay? So I need to make sure I have a synchronized Pokemon prepared for that. Make sure I can actually get over to this Corsola in time, hopefully get the catch. We have the Alpha catch. We have the catch event in 40 minutes. Until that catch event, what I'm probably going to do, I have two options. I could hunt for Articuno still, or I could get an encounter every one step and get a tentacle, of course. Too much water, true. I could hunt for Articuno still, or I could EV train some of the Pokemon sitting on my boxes, and I haven't really decided. I might do some EV training. I might make some actual factual progress. Wow. Okay, I might make some because I've been doing so much RNG dependent running back and forth for Articuno. It would be nice to make some actual factual progress. I'll see you guys with the Corsola catch though. Wow, bro, the fucking... I'm getting stopped every one little picosec. Wow. My bad. Sorry for breathing, Tentacle. My mistake. Won't happen again. Holy, man. My bad, bro. Okay, we finally made it to the Tennis's high. Oh, hi, buddy. Hey, what's up? Maybe I'm being rude. Maybe that's my bad. Kind of a good point. Or out in force, yeah. What's a good storyline after Kanto? I have a video called "What's the best region in PokeMMO," and it breaks down the positives and negatives of every single region. Gives you a recommended completion order as well as power rankings, which are different orders. So this video has all the information I could put out on the regions in PokeMMO. What if this is the day you run back and forth and get it? Yeah, most true. It's something to factor in. So true. Let's see how bad this alpha catch is. I think I just have Stockholm syndrome at this point. Is the problem. I can fake out this and definitely not kill it, right? Like, definitely not. I like 1000%. It has recover, by the way. Don't tell me that. No, it doesn't. You're trolling. Also, I shouldn't fake out. That's terrible because I'm choice banned. Fake out's like kind of dog shit. Maybe I should have taunted it. I'm going to sack switch to Wingull. Dude, the mall. I don't know what I was... I caught so many alphas. I had alphas on the brain, Brewski. You're too kind, Ramses. What's up, man? Unfortunately, not a spot in the team. But yes, dude, that's the way to do it. Wow, have your own. Yeah, dude, you're lucky, man. I misread for a quick sec. Defense starts. Oh fuck, that's awkward, Angel. Okay, let me I don't have a grass move on this. Do I just go Parasect and? I guess I just go like Parasect, throw a Pokeball to lower the stats by 1 to make it a little bit less tanky because it's so tanky and the recover is super annoying. I need to buy more Pokeballs. I need to buy more balls. I think we just prep for the event. Do you collect Pokemon cards? Not really. I have a few graded Pokemon cards and I have Night March built. But I own some Pokemon cards and I used to love the TCG and, you know, but it's not, I don't actively collect. I almost never buy any more any new Pokemon cards. Yeah, someone's saying it has recover. When a alpha has recover, roost, heal stuff, it's a pain. It's a pain in the butt. What are you gonna do? Speaking of what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I think I just head over to Persian and like what fucking. I guess I could taunt this into... It woke up immediately in 1 turn. Come on, bro. It's a fucking slow as hell little fucker. This is gonna suck. Okay, this catch is gonna fucking suck dick. Do you have a video on? I don't have a video on it. It's a good. It's honestly not a bad idea. That's definitely one of those things where like I feel like I've spent so much time in the Kanto Safari Zone. My brain is like, oh, you guys don't know. You guys don't have like all the imprinted spots of like where all the rares are at, and like, oh, what the hell? Like, you're not born with that information. Like, I feel like I'm so used to. I've spent so much time in the Kanto Safari Zone. Okay, please just don't recover. This situation sucks, but what are you gonna do? I should have just brought a different mon for this, but I didn't know ahead of time. Yeah, well, especially like back in the day. Like back in the day, the end game of PokeMMO was just farming lucky eggs in Safari Zone, right? People complain about like no money making methods. Well, actually, I don't really see that complaint a whole lot nowadays. Let me be honest. I'm not straw man, right? But like back in the day, literally the only money making method was catching lucky eggs off of chances in the Safari Zone because that was the currency. For anybody who doesn't know, yeah, it's a good little good little reminder. Back in 2013, Pokeyen like wasn't tradable, or you could only have like so much of it. Please don't. I'm cringing, chat. I'm actually cringing. So this fight's gonna suck dong. Holy. But yeah, back in the day, I'm like figuring out what to do here. Lucky eggs were the currency, and like you would have to just run back and forth, hunt for chances, and then it was a 5% chance to find a chansey, 5% chance to catch a chansey, and then 5% chance to catch a chansey with a lucky egg. For reference, I played a lot back then. I never got a single chansey with a lucky egg. Like, to give you an idea of like how I never got one ever. Yeah, back in the day, it was lucky, because lucky eggs was the currency. It was like, oh, you want a shiny Ponyta? Oh, that's like 6 lucky eggs back then, right? Oh, you want a shiny Tentacle? That's 1 lucky egg, right? Ponytas used to be a lot rarer of a shiny. Literal, but yeah, it was a literal BART. Yeah, like you would like back in 2013, before there was a GTL, before there was currency that was tradable and like properly usable. You would be like, oh yeah, I have a slack off, right? With not a slacking, because slacking was still dodged, but Vigoroth was a relevant NU comp, or like UU comp even. Like, oh, I remember I had this slack off with like 28 attack, adamant nature, 20 plus in speed, and then like 20 plus HP and defense, but the special defense was like 17, and that was like a god comp. Like that. A fucking slacking with like 29 attack, 0 31s, 0 30s. It was like 28, 29 attack, 25 plus speed. It was like, whoa, that slack off dude doesn't get much better than that. That dude, whew, it was a different time, man. Because breeding didn't work in the same way back then. We were broke even back then. Come on. Yo, what's up, Chill? How you doing, dude? The lucky egg economy is a very nostalgic time for a lot of people. Did I just raise its defense stat by 1 because the... Are you fucking kidding me? That's so fucking... Okay, we gotta redo this. I fucked up this. I need to bring a not Meowth and Persian. They don't do nearly enough damage to this thing. We gotta bring the Garchomp, boys. Can I just say, I actually appreciate the fuck. I trolled that... No, I'm good. I trolled that fight and hardcore lost, and nobody backseated me. Yeah, you can flame me for it, Yoshi. It happens, you know. That's based. But nobody was dumb enough to backseat an alpha fight when I just didn't. We love that, dude. Shouldn't have said that. Nah, it's okay. Well, now I know if someone bad, they're trying to rage bait me. To use a Master Ball? That's a really good trade. Yeah. True. Good point. Let's baby repel to it, because I'm lazy. I went through so many tentacles trying to get to it last time. Let's do this. I wish I was smarter when I played... I wish I was smarter when I played Pokemon back in 2012 and bred good Mons, the value I'd be sitting on right now. Though I will say, if you kept like good IV 2012s, sure, that would be insane value, not gonna lie. However, most 2012 Pokemon, like most comps, most things back then, they wouldn't be worth anything now. Like maybe even if like they'd be worth as 2012, like rare 2012s, but if you ever rebred them in 2013, or the problem is comps used to be so different back in 2012, right? I was just saying, an S tier. I remember like I caught this slack off, right? I caught this slack off in what's it called? In Altering Cave back in like 2013, 2014. And this slack off was like, I can remember like 28 attack, 25 plus speed, 17 special defense, and then like 20 and 22 HP and defense. And it was relevant because Vigoroth was a relevant like NU or UU threat even at the time, to show you how different things were, right? And that Slackoth was like really, really good. Today, that Slackoth would be like 2K. Like it would be dog shit. Like what was a good Pokemon back then? So this is a good thing. This is why it's never too late to start in PokeMMO, because things have changed so much. Our perspective has changed. We've gotten better as players. It was adamant, to be fair, you know. This a Slackoth with the same stats would be like 2K nowadays. Let's do like 20 plus in these, and then do like adamant. I don't know if we'll see like an actual thing pop up. Like this Slackoth is better than mine, and it's 12K, you know. Can do Vigoroth. There's just not that many in the market, to be fair. And then Slackgane's gonna be like EV trained and stuff, and like 30 plus, and yada 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 yada. I can actually attack this again because I got burn. Does the burn reduce my damage enough? I think it should. Yeah, okay, beautiful. But things have just changed a ton, right? So like a good example is in 2013, an E-Punch Alakazam was the best comp in all. So many things changed. We had the physical special split, right? What happened in like 2015, we got the physical special split, and everybody's competitive Pokemon became useless overnight. And it was a really big, painful change, but it was for the better of the game. It was something we had to get used to, right? So I remember E-Punch Alakazam, which is an Alakazam. Oh, the safeguard there sucked. Which is an Alakazam with Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, Fire Punch, and then Psychic, right? That was the best. That was the best Alakazam. And not only the best Alakazam, that was one of the best Pokemon in OU was Alakazam with E-Punch. And then in UU, it was Kadabra with E-Punch. And then in NU, Abra with Elemental Punches was really, really good, which is really funny. Abra with Ice Punch, Fire Punch, you know. And it was because those moves weren't physical, they were special. Prior to like 2015 in PokeMMO, we didn't have the physical special split yet. And if you don't know, the physical special split in Pokemon basically made it so that different moves would be physical or special depending on the individual move. So nowadays we can have like you know, Zen Headbutt be a physical psychic move, but then also Confusion or Psychic, right, be a special move. Back in the day, this is true in Pokemon as well, whether a move was physical or special was dependent on the typing. So any fire type move was special, any ice type, any electric, they were all special moves. That's why E-Punch Alakazam existed. So it's easy to say, oh yeah, if I bred a bunch of good mons back in 2012, I'd be rich. Number one, it wasn't that easy. Like you don't find a lot of good IV mons from that time because we didn't have the same breeding system. The breeding system was so different. Number two, if you kept them as 2012s, for sure you'd have some nice value. But number one, it was just harder to get good IV mons. Number two, the breeding system was different, which kind of goes into that. Number three, good mons then, this fucking recover, sorry. Good mons then just wouldn't be good mons now in a lot of cases is the problem. We used to have this term, if you played one of them, you know, we used to have this term in Pokemon called godly. And if a Pokemon had 20 plus in all the stats that it needed, 20, it was argued like, oh, is godly 20 or 25 plus. It was like a arbitrary term, right? If a Pokemon had 20 plus or 25 plus in all the stats that it needed, it was considered a godly catch, right? That was the arbitrary term we used. Oh, in trade chat, you'd always see selling godly Caterpie, you know? And those mons would always be worth value, right? And nowadays, a godly catch would be 1K, you know? But in Alakazam's case, it would still be good. The problem is but not really though, because a good Alakazam back in the day would have been an Alakazam, like an S tier, a perfect competitive Alakazam back in 2012, 2013 especially, would have been an Alakazam with 20 plus in both special attack and speed, and then modest or timid nature, right? And that's not going to be worth, it's just not that. Once again, the 2012 is what makes it valuable. Good Pokemon that were good. To be fair, these have a lot more stats. This is why it's, yeah. But Pokemon that were good, let's do 20 plus to get more accurate results. Pokemon that were good in 2012 just aren't good in terms of comps in the modern day. I'm surprised they're 40K, but yeah. Our perspective, how difficult it was to get comp mons was so different. And then they just weren't, we didn't know any better, and it was just way different. Like the game was just so different. You didn't have the breeding system to get guaranteed 31s. You were just rolling everything, right? You also didn't have the in-game IV calc, so you couldn't just go check the IV stats and see the IVs, right? In 2012, I don't know if we had anything. I remember in 2013 when it was added, right? When it was added to like see your IVs, the way you used to have to see your IVs in PokeMMO was if your Pokemon was level 1, it would say that your IVs had a range of 0 to 31, okay? And then if you leveled your Pokemon up by XP training it to level 20, it would minimize the range. Yeah, you used to have to XP train your Pokemon to see the IVs or run a calculator all the time. So that was like the in-game mechanic. There's a lot of problems with old Pokemon. I have a lot of old comps and I played back in that era. A lot of old Pokemon from that are just would not be good today. I think that's a really important thing. Did I just kill this? God damn it. They would not be good today. Though they would be valuable because of the what's it called, you know? They would be valuable because of the 2012 date. But like as someone who has good, good mons from back then, they're not that good. I saw a little bit. Yeah, that's fucking awesome, Zan. Sorry, I was distracted in that little rant, but yeah. Where am I going? I'm just trolling. So usually with catch events, Jaden, you can only go to one location, right? Like for this catch event, you have to go to if I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. Let me go double check. Yeah, you can't, there is no like question of what's the best region for this catch event. You only can go to one region. I needed to heal up though anyway, chill. My spin down stuff was dead, but yes. Yeah, the fact that Gengar never used a single stab move at the time due to the ghost type moves all being physical. Yep. There were a lot of things like that were really relevant with Pokemon. Normal type special attackers just didn't work. I think they kind of don't really still do. They're not really good, you know. But like, I mean, no. Togekiss has like Togekiss can work. Yeah, where's the best area is a really interesting question up for grabs. Hot off the presses. I'm scared. I mean, no, this is a good post. I don't know what tally hack my boy Heliolisk. I mean, I respect that. I respect he's just making a post about his boy. There's no way EQ kills. Okay, beautiful. It was because it was -1 defense. That's why I thought it lived. Okay. What do you think about a late game area like Mountster for every region? I don't think we need that. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, it's obviously cool-ish in theory, but like for every region, it might be too much. No, not the recover. Dude, this Corsola is so annoying. Forum pose when alpha spawns? No. You can use my Discord to see. My Discord is probably the best place to see when it, like, not even trying to be biased, like, is the best place to see when an alpha spawns. So awkward. Pain to deal with. Yeah, I'm just doing, so yeah, I'm gonna be doing the what's it called strat. I'm gonna be doing fucking Magikarps, just because I want to catch a bunch of Dragon Egg Group breeders on the what's it called. I am so sorry to hear that, Jumils. That is, I'm so sorry. I love shiny Apom. That's so fucking sad, dude. Recover, dude. Yeah. This one's not banded. I can just EQ here. This shouldn't kill. No, this should not kill. There's no way. Did I crit? Okay, no, we're fine. Okay. Okay, we're fine. We're chilling. Just don't recover right now, okay? Just not on this turn, okay? Just don't recover right now. Okay. He actually listened. Okay, wow. That's pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, Carp is like the more consistent strategy for this event, and I just like it because I actually need, like, Going for Carp is a decent way, arguably a pretty good way to play the event, as well as I just need it for the Iron Man. Like, it's helpful to the Iron Man. Yes, about 15-17 minutes to start. Absolutely. It's turn 11. I can timer. Beautiful, beautiful. I'm assuming you use a Klutz Pokemon. It's a good question, Tally. I'm assuming you use a Klutz Pokemon, like a Lopunny, to trick Assault Vest. It's a really good question, because why the fuck would you remember that? You know? What's the special bonus about nature? Well, I'm not sure what you... So, oh, fuck this. Corsola, dude. God, this is annoying. I think Starmie can, like, you can egg hunt Starmie. Not the best egg hunt in the world, but it's egg huntable without being shameful, in my opinion. There might be better options. Special bonus, Ducklet maybe. Ducklet's definitely an egg hunt. I think it's flying in group. It's got to be flying in group. If you want to see how catch events work, I have a video called Catch Events Explained that I get over the bonuses if people are interested. Dude, actually fuck this Corsola in the ass. Oh, you're so annoying, you little pink fucking coral blob. What are alphas? If you just Google alphas explained, PokeMMO, you'll get your answer, King. Here is Alpha Swarms explained. So I'm getting a little tilted because this fucking Corsola is jerking me around. It's too early for that, okay? Oh, I need to just declaw this, otherwise all kills. True, Tally. True. Good point. Good point. We have plenty of time. Well, the problem is this Corsola despawns in like 5 minutes. What is the strength? Not strength might kill. I need to check synchronize. What are the nature bonuses for this event? Let me go check. Are there no nature bonuses? No nature bonuses. Okay. Noted. What's the meaning of life? Probably having as much fun as possible while also leaving a positive impact. There you go. That one's pretty easy. Highest bonus is Chansey. Yes. Kinda yucky. It's in a good egg group. The problem is, like, water A egg group is actually really, really good. Your fucking parents don't love you, Corsola. You're actually... That's why you're out in the wild. Like, what? You're so cringe. Fuck this Corsola, man. Excuse me. Gee willikers, man. Yeah, no, Chansey is an extremely hard catch. I wouldn't recommend. If you go for Chansey, I genuinely... If most people go for Chansey, I genuinely don't think you'll catch a single one the entire hour. It's, like, really, really hard. Does Declaw kill? I'm scared Declaw kills. I'm gonna crunch. Crunch did 44. Now I'm... Burn is actually good there. Because I do less damage, I can strength and not kill. That's actually good. Sad Iron Mane versus Chad fucking Alpha Corsola. Bro, this Corsola is fucking my man, okay? It depends on what you either want Swarm Illuminate if you're doing singles, or Sticky Hold. I'm gonna be fishing for Carp, so I'm doing Sticky Hold. Oh, good. Okay, good call, Vaskine. Good. No, you should. No, if there's any good time to laugh at me, it's me fucking losing to an alpha. That's funny. It's a little annoying, but, like, not the big deal. That's valid. Fuck, why is it? Okay, for reference, this Corsola has instantly broken out of every single ball, by the way. It literally has not shaken a single fucking time. Unironically. If you're throwing balls, I heard it helps you. Oh! I have it. Okay, for reference, don't recover. I'm losing my fucking mind. This is my third time trying to catch this Corsola. It's so annoying. It has recover. I have thrown, I think, 6 to 8 timer balls with it in red, at least red HP and asleep. I have not seen a single shake. Not even have I not caught it, and I've been catching it for, I thought I was gonna, I'll do some EV training, maybe catch Articuno before the catch event starts. This is my first shake. No, I've just spent fucking 28 minutes catching, this is fucking Corsola, bro. Some alphas, I always say, some alphas just decide they want to be a pain in the ass and really bother you that day, and that's how it goes. Please catch. So sometimes an alpha catch just decides it wants to annoy you, and today, Corsola wanted to, it happens. It happens. Please don't go indignant. I will actually crack under the pressure. Catch. This has got to be it. This has got to be it, boys. It's my last chance. My Iron Man loves to catch things with the last chance. Come on. Oh, yeah. It always, if it breaks one more time, it like definitely goes indignant. My Iron Man account always wants to wait until the very last moment. You know what? It's worth it. That was worth the power struggle, the 30 minutes to catch that. 3 times 31. Plus 25 plus in defense, ridiculous IVs. Yeah, this is actually insane. Water A is a very, very good A group. I think things like Kabutops is in this A group. I don't have it in my decks. Things like, what else? There's a lot of Water A mons that are very, I think Dragonite. This is a straight up Dragonite breeder. Like, this is a very, it's naughty nature. This is a very, very, very good catch. Yeah. Plus it's it's a head smash. You're right, head smash, like, egg move breeder if I need that. That's something that hurts my brain that I have to think about I have to think about like egg breeding all the Iron Man. That's good, like egg move breeding. All right, we're done the Corsola. We have 10 minutes until the event starts. I'm just gonna go, I think, grab my Sticky Hold. Maybe go do a few encounters in Kanto Wild, but then grab my Sticky Hold Pokemon, head over to the event, and get prepped for the Safari Zone event. Oh, just shot the Corsola? Yeah, not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Let's see that. It should be pinned into a chat, I believe. Go Kanto. Look at my mons, bro. Everybody's almost dead. Yeah, we're gonna go Island 5 and just walk around for a little bit, essentially. Good luck to everybody today. Really fun Safari Zone catch event. Good luck, guys. What about channel 2? Or, hear me out. I could be on the really cool channel 3, like a Giga Chat, okay? Come on. Grow up already. Everybody needs to heal. Let me just like throw everybody in. Ah, fuck. Okay. Let's grab this. Let's do, I need a Sticky Hold Mon for sure. Where's my sticky Pokemon? Muck? Grimer? What's the other? It's Suction Cups. Do I have a cooler? No, I don't have a cooler one. I'm lucky I honestly have a Sticky Hold Mon, to be fair. Lucky I even have one. Let's grab our shiny Beedrill. Let's grab a teleport Pokemon, why not? And then Wingull to fly and stuff. Okay. Go heal really quick. 9 minutes till catch event starts. I guess I could, if I'm crazy, go for like a Chansey catch off the bat. That actually is better. That's actually better. Let's go do that. Let's go try to get ourselves like a prepped rare spawn. I'm just going to I need to clean my boxes. Oh shit. I just realized that I'm probably gonna catch a ton of Magikarps in this hour. I have 8 minutes to clean my boxes. So let's do as much of the, oh goodness. Oh, let's do as much of that as possible really quick. Holy. Why is this not? Oh, I put maximum. I'm stupid. Let me actually just here. I'm cooked. Okay. Turn music down a little bit. I need some good music. 1 second. I need to be. I'm on a time rush. Yo, you know what I need? I need bot sorting music to actually chill me out. Yo. Okay, perfect. The infamous Patrouski bot sorting music. Is it a breeder? Isn't it female? Even if you have a female Pokemon, like on an Iron Man account, on a main account, it's less good. But on a main account, right? I can breed the female Corsola. I can go through 2 different breeds. Breed the Corsola and then turn it into a male and then use it as a breeder afterwards, which is worth thinking about on an Iron Man account. Whereas on a main account, it's, you know, less. You wouldn't sell it like that, right? Okay. There's more breeding for different gender and transferring of stats like that on an Iron Man account, which just makes sense. All right. Got the infamous box sorting music. Let's do minimum 20 plus in like 3 stats at least, and then anything else isn't that. Like, these are easy releases. Like, even Jabite, it kind of hurts me, but I just don't need that. Don't need this. I might need the Scyther for Pokedex. I shouldn't need this. Shouldn't need this. Shouldn't need this. Shouldn't need this. Might need that. Might need a Smeargle. Do I need the extra Smeargles? Probably not. They're kind of dog shit IVs. Probably good to have Smeargles on hand though. God, I'm a hoarder, man. I'm a dirty hoarder. Dog shit Shroomish. Dog shit Sableye. This is my box sorting music. It helps me sort a lot faster. This is admin but has dog shit IVs. I probably need a dud true, but I can go catch one in the wild. Lonely 28 plus. Do I need another Cloyster? Like, maybe? I'm not sure. Seriously, we can go catch a wild Master Rain. It's fine. Okay, these are for sure releasable. I know I was gonna, like, yeah. Let's move these over. That works. That works. That so works. That so works. Do 4 minutes, boys. 4 minutes. We are in a rush. That one's actually kind of good. Hardy nature don't give a shit. Palm. I want to just buy pills for these. Yes, tame. This Shuckle we don't need. Pineco, we need a fortress still, and a difficult catch. We'll keep that. Need a Wurmple for Pokedex. Don't need this Meowth. Probably don't need that Shuckle. Don't need this. Can catch an Ursaring. Don't need this Wurmple. Don't need this. Don't need this. Don't need this. When we are box sorting, we have 3 minutes. We only have 3 minutes. We're on a time crunch, fellas. We need this. Feels really bad to get rid of a Quilava, though. Maybe go for a shiny one. Get rid of this. Get rid of this. Keep the Rotom. We need that. Get rid of these. Okay. Not bad. Okay. We have 2 minutes. I think we stop here in a sec. Might need that for Pokedex or certain things I don't need. Phew. Actually, I want a good one for that, don't I? But I can breed one up. That one's dog shit, though. We'll catch a decent one. Okay. These my only 2 dust dolls? No, they are not. Okay. See you later. All right. My box sorting music. No, my box sorting music. Okay. All right, we managed to get 60 Pokemon. I'm really proud of that. We got like 60 Pokemon in like 6 minutes to release. Boom. There's a lot of mons all released. Okay. Whew. There we go. Now we have to get everything organized is the next problem. So let's go ahead and get things moved over into other boxes. The catch event starts in like less than a minute. So we are pushing it, fellas. We are pushing it. Let's get everything moved over. Boom. Boom. Even like this. Sort by something. It doesn't even honestly matter. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Our boxes are organized. We have 2 open boxes for these Magikarps. Let's head into the Safari Zone. The catch event is about to start. We have our Sticky Hold Muck to lead our party. I'm personally going to be going for the Magikarp strategy, and that will allow me to catch a bunch of Dragon Egg Group breeders and hopefully breed up a Charizard and lots of other good Pokemon in the Dragon Egg Group. I need to switch over to my old rod. I believe the catch event just started. It is 11 a.m. officially. Gotta get my old... I was really scared there. I didn't have my old rod in Kanto. It's very possible. Okay, I'm gonna sit... Nice shiny. I'm gonna sit right here. We're gonna fish. We're gonna catch Magikarps. The event has begun. I'll see you guys with any cool catches. Oh yeah, they're gonna look like this the whole event. That's kind of funny. The chance he fucking fled. Yeah, it's like a 5% chance of catch. It is rough, man. You do need to go to a special spot for Chansey. I'm trying to think of like how to explain. You surf up left through here and go like up left. You should see a lot of people there. Thank you so much, Hiroshi. Honestly, I would just be happy with breed. Like the perfect part of this event for me is this is me simultaneously celebrating Safari Week, catching breeders that are helpful to my account, as well as what's it called? Does Lore Blissey count? I don't think so, sadly. Great question. I don't think lures are worth for this event. Caught first, Chansey first ball. It's okay. Congrats, though. Rumel, happy to see you, by the way. Well, hopefully you're doing well, dude. Much love to you, man. How have you gotten 2 Scythers? So that's fucking impressive, man. Yeah, it's like a 5% chance to catch things. To be fair, Chansey's harder to catch than Scythers and like Kangaskhan. You know, those are harder mons, so another thing to factor in. Or like Chansey's even harder, I think. I'm chilling. I've got 3 carbs in a minute. The carb strat is going to be chilling consistent. But it's also only +1. I bet you the best... I'm going to guess. I'm going to take a wild guess that the winner of the event is going to be like a Nidoran or something like that. I feel like a Nidoran is like a decently easy mon to catch. Someone said Cubone could be up there. Cubone could be up there. Cubone or like Paris. Paris is +10. I could see Cubone. Oh, yeah, there's Jayden. Yeah, there you go. What's up? Yeah, nice job, Rascal. 158 Slowpoke. Is that without? Okay, beautiful. All right, only 4 catches in. We're 2 minutes in. Got a 1x31 speed. I will take that very, very happily. We're gonna be getting a ton of good catches throughout this. I don't know if I'll show every single 1x31 because we'll be catching like 3 carbs two carbs a minute, maybe. Probably 2 carbs a minute, and that will equate to 120 total carbs. You should get a 1x31 every 6 or so Pokemon. So with that math factored in, our trusty Windows calculator over on the bottom right hand corner of our screen, that ends up being 120 divided by 6. It's if I catch 2 per minute. Honestly, it's not as many as I expected. That equals 20 1x31 Pokemon. That's not as crazy as I thought. We might see 1 2x31 as well on average-ish. Boy math is that's Is boy math just calculating how many 1 times 31s you'll see in an hour? That's kind of based. Boy math goes hard. Seven turns, dude. I still don't know. It'll be the thing discussed until the end of the earth. I don't know what's worse. People who have lost Safari Pokemon can weigh in. I don't know if it's worse to like be in an 8-turn battle and then have like a Lapras flee, or for it to just instant flee. I don't know which is worse. Rip off the band-aid or at least have a little bit of experience with it, you know? I genuinely don't know which is better. Yeah, let's switch off of this this song now. I dream of a day we can get rid of the not even a nibble. That's been discussed. Dude, I got 4 in a row with sticky hold. Not even a nibble might be the most annoying text in all of Pokemon. I am of the opinion, I'm a pretty like old school MMO player, like hard ass about like, oh, you should have to like go through you don't want to remove all friction from games because then you kind of demean the value and you kind of things become monotonous and repetitive and yada yada, even more so, right? And not the achievements don't feel earned. I'm of the opinion that if you pop like sticky hold, if you have sticky hold plus you pop like an expert lore, I think you just shouldn't see the not even a nibble text. I think it's just because I think fishing shunts are like super underhunted because they're a pain in the butt. First mill today, dude, congrats. That's a big step. Only be okay, that online offline spam, I hate not even a nibble more. I just don't have to see it as much, but that's fair. You can use a Pokemon with Synchronize. However, there's no nature bonus from what I saw for this event. As well as Sticky, even if there was a nature bonus, I would argue Sticky Hold would be better. Because usually more rolls towards good IVs is better than like going for... But it depends. It depends on the Pokemon. If you want the best catch rate, you want to not throw a ball or bait. Or don't throw a rock or bait and just ball. If you have a shiny in the Safari Zone, please always just ball. Don't rock, don't bait. It's never good. During a catch event like this, I think it's worth to rock and then ball to like speed things up. But that can even depend like per Pokemon. Fortunes is all fled. I think the odds, not to like, it's really painful, Master. I get it. I think the odds of finding a Chansey is 5%, and then the odds of catching it is like 5%. So like that means like 1 in every what 20 Chanseys. This is why I don't recommend doing catching for this event. It's really high risk, high reward. You'll catch 1 out of every 20 chances you see, right? It's that hard. And even that like might be generous. As someone who farmed Chanseys for hundreds of hours in this game in the past, it is brutal. I think it's just like game knowledge to Kron. There's not really a known document or like written up information on it. Just like practice over time. I can give you my thoughts and opinions. Like for carp, I think for catch, it depends. Like for catch events, for shinies, you always want to just ball. Don't rock or bait ever, right? If you've caught 2 Chanseys, you're fucking living large. I respect it. Yeah, and that's true as well, Rumel. Honestly, fair point. Fair point. I didn't even think about that, Rumel. Getting a fair bit of not a nibbles. No nibble. Really? Really? Even with sticky hold. Good luck to you, Eric. For 1 locations. There probably is a map somewhere. God, I got no nibbles. Dude, I'm shocked you can get 4 not even nibbles in a row. So consistently with sticky hold. It's not really okay. To be fair, like in a catch event, it's not a big deal. I actually don't mind it. The annoying, it's when shiny hunting. When shiny hunting, the not even nibble stuff is so obnoxious. You have to be there for like 125 hours. It's so rough. Yo, you're too nice, Tover. What's up? What's up? I'm feeling pretty good, man. I'm up pretty early, but I'm feeling pretty good. Excited for this catch event. This catch event's a 3-for-1 for me. Allows me to catch some good breeders for a possible Charizard breed for raids, as well as engage in Safari Week, as well as do a catch event. It should be pinned in the Twitch chat, Artix. Sticky Hold gives you an increased chance of fish biting. It's kind of like Swarm, but for fishing. That's amazing, Lone Wolf. 158 Nidorina before bonuses. That ends up being, is it a Nidorina or a Nidoran female? Nido female, okay. That's got to be a 158 plus 7, 165. I don't know if that'll be winnable. But it's a great catch, man. Yo, welcome, Black. What's up, dude? Yes, no, that's, yeah. I honestly, I don't even mind. Not even a nibble text does not matter during catch events. It's not that bad. It's just during the 125-hour shiny hunt is where the not even a nibble text drives me crazy. Yeah, so I always say this is actually, for a lot, those who don't know, this is actually Magikarp with RTX on. I do play Pokemon with RTX on. So this is just Magikarp with enhanced graphics. This is actually what Game Freak wanted Magikarp to look like, but they didn't have the technical capabilities back in 1996 when they made the game. True and real, not a meme. There you go. Yeah, yeah, it has the, can you guys see like the extra shadowing and stuff? It's like vibrant visuals Magikarp. Ever looked at Execute's back sprite? I don't know if I have, and now I'm scared to. The big reveal, chat. Oh no, I have seen this. Not in a long time. But yes, Execute has like an egg looking, yeah. He's grumpy too. I guess they're all kind of grumpy. Angry egg, the grumpy egg, yeah. Who let Sneezy in? Dude, if you're doing the Chansey hunt, good luck to you. Like, I would bet you 80 to 90% of people that try to go for a Chansey in this event won't catch a single one. I like cannot recommend you guys enough to not go for Chansey, but if you want to, obviously, you know, it's high risk, high reward. I recommend if you're going for Chansey, prepare yourself for pain is the thing, you know. Need for Dex, that's fair. Yeah, good luck to you, that's fair. Shut up, Crucifix. Q-Bones. Q-Bones is probably one of the better strats. You do miss all the shots you don't take, that is true. But you also waste a lot of time trying to take shots that are across the field. I don't know, like soccer, I don't know, dude. I don't play goal sports. From across the ice? I don't know, bro. Changes the masochist way, yeah. I respect a high risk, high reward gamer. Don't get me wrong. They'll be taking a Chansey on it? Okay, that's... I don't know how I didn't see that, but honestly, fair play. Fair play. Scared money don't make money? Okay, okay. More power to you. Chansey's almost always used in PvP to some extent, for sure. You can actually go check PvP stats. We can do that here in a quick sec. Not even a nibble. Come on, again? This streak? I've seen not even a nibble like 3 or 4 times in a row, like 3 or 4 times. I mean, that would go bonkers, Ramel. We can go see. Chansey right now is used 11% of the time, which is a pretty high, like mid to high percentage in OU with a 50.6% win rate. Often paired with Glistor. It's kind of used in stall, sadly. Glistor, Starm, like... I did just insta-close that carp, so I don't know the stats on it. Hopefully it didn't matter. We'll have to see. A 16 carp? That's awesome. Problems would give with the fishing. Maybe you would give up, but I'm not going to, Mick. Magikarp fishing is still one of the better strats, like still a good strat for going for high IVs, low IVs, as well as it's a way for me to consistently catch breeders for a Charizard breed on the Iron Man account. So there's a lot of reasons why I'm doing Magikarp, not just for the catch event. It's one of the best ways for me to get a bunch of Dragonade group breeders. Like I would just be doing this on the Iron Man account to get Dragonade group breeders, even if I wasn't doing the event, you know. I just have done this on the, you know, on the account before. Also getting a good Gyarados for PvP. How have you've caught 10 Chanseys? Is that true? That's like almost unbelievable, Master. Or is that, oh, you caught one Chansey into, I gotcha. Okay, how's the Cheetos? Sounds bomb. It always looks so, they're always so tempting to me. No, I'm good. I cannot, no. Good. It's fucked up how good Cheetos are. I think I just crave red 40. I think that's what it is, man. I'm red 40 maxing. So nostalgic. Yeah, that's all. Like, also, I just love, yeah, that's so real. The fact that you saw 10 Chanseys is fucking crazy, though, Master. Yeah, Blissey, yes, do not waste your time catching a Blissey. I recommend probably not popping lures. You literally cannot submit a Blissey for the event. So I recommend not going for it for this event. Yo, that's what I'm... Dude, F3 gets it, man. I want like a little food dye. Like a bottle of red 40 I can just squirt on all my food. That would be fucking awesome. That'd go hard. They've all fled? Yeah. You'll catch about 1 in every 20 Chanseys on average. $19 Chanseys should flee from you statistically on average before you catch one. Keep that in mind, chat. We're gonna see a lot of Chansey farmers today be like, what the heck, man? I got so unlucky this event. I saw 15 Chanseys. It didn't catch a single one the entire event. So unlucky. And it's like, well, don't tell them, you know, like, bros didn't run the math before, which I understand. Yeah, you should be assuming they flee. It's a 5% chance to encounter Chansey, 5% chance to catch, and then 5% chance for lucky egg around. I've spent hundreds of hours farming Chansey because that was the only thing you did back in the day. In 2013. For those that don't know, because for those that don't know, the market, the economy back in 2013, lucky eggs were the currency. There was no Pokeyen trading, right? So I've spent maybe even over 1,000, hundreds or over 1,000 hours hunting for lucky eggs, hunting for Chansey in the Safari Zone, and I never got a lucky egg. To give reference of how rare that shit is, like, which I understand. You know, new players don't know because why would you sit in the Safari Zone and hunt Chanseys? Like, you don't, you know, why would you do that nowadays? That was like the end game content back in 2013. The end game content was PvP. No, not per ball. 5% chance to catch total in the encounter on average. Not per ball. From my understanding, I could be wrong. It's Chansey's really fucking hard. You even see 20 in an hour? Let's see. If you are able to do 300 encounters in an hour divided by 5% or whatever, what's the mean? No, Rock will guarantee flee the Chansey, I think. Could be wrong. I don't think so, Baron. I could be wrong. This is like it's pretty old information, to be fair. Divided by, what's the math I'm looking for? It's just divided by 20, I guess. Is that the math? What am I trying to do? Yeah, the number. Yeah, so wait, okay. The math is, yeah. Okay. Okay, for those doing Chansey for the Safari Catch event, I really cannot recommend. I'm seeing so many people be like, oh, I've seen 4 Chanseys and they've all fled. Yes. Of course, they're Chanseys. A lot of new players don't know how hard it is to catch Chansey, which I understand because you know, I played back in 2013. I used to hunt Chanseys for hundreds of hours. Back then, it was understood on average. These aren't exact numbers, but it's around 5% chance to encounter a Chansey, 5% chance to catch it, And then 5% chance for it to have a lucky egg, right? That's why it was so rare, right? Lucky eggs used to be the currency. So the math is, if you do 300 encounters per hour efficiently, right? And you need 20 chances, right? You're only going to see, if you see one chansey every 20 encounters-ish, right? Is the math? Yeah. If I'm doing my math correctly, you're only going to see, on average, 15 chances in an hour. You're not even... So, if you're hunting chansey, you need to know that you are doing the high-risk, high-reward strat. You're not doing the best strat. I'm seeing a lot of people in chat be like, oh, I'm so unlucky, I'm going for chansey. You're like putting a penny into the 1 in like 20 million odds of winning $1 million and being like, I've spent 10 pennies, why am I so unlucky? And it's like, what? It's really hard, man. That's the high risk, high reward strat, right? So yeah, this is boy math. True. You're only, on average, people aren't going to catch a chansey in the event, right? Yeah, it's like, I don't know the math on that, but like most people who farm chansey in this event will not get a single one, right? So if you're catching chansey and like gonna be upset if you don't catch a single one in the event, you're setting yourself up for failure, because on average you shouldn't catch one. So please, you know, keep that in mind. It's always good to run math so you know things. People, I see a lot of false expectation set up by Pokemon players sometimes of, you know, oh, I'm doing this thing, it's 1 out of 30,000, but I've done 10,000 encounters. Where is it? Why am I so unlucky? And it's good luck. Go for chansey. That is true, but people are complaining about yeah, that's I'm getting a little annoyed about that, which maybe it's not a big deal, but it's a little funny to constantly, yeah. We're falling for the bait? I don't think so. Maybe you're falling for the lack of checking math and over complaining for no reason, you know? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. There's 40 minutes in the event left. Crash out Sundays. If this is a crash out, welcome to the stream, because you must be new. This is very, 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 very... It doesn't get much calmer than this, boys. Does not get much calmer than this. When I made red 50, that's what I'm fucking talking about, dude. Events are variance based though. Yeah, of course, but it's high risk. I'm just saying it's high risk, high reward. Events are very, so like the winner of the event might have a chansey, yes, but you have to understand, if you're going for chanseys, like you can't complain. You can't go for the high risk strategy and then simultaneously be like, I've seen 10 chances and haven't caught one. Yeah, of course. What are you talking about? I stuck my foot in water and then it got wet, guys. I don't know what's happening. And it's like, what the fuck? You're doing it to yourself. Stop doing it to yourself and complaining. What are you doing? That's a crash out. A small crash out still. But like, why? Stop. I don't know what happened, bro. Somewhere along the way in society, people started drinking 10 cans of Coke a day and be like, why am I getting fat? You're drinking 10 cans of Coke a day. What are you talking about? Look at the mirror. I'm awake now. Yeah. Like, of course you haven't caught a chansey in fucking 19 chanseys. You shouldn't on average, bro. The sky is blue. Water is wet. Your mom's fat. These are objective facts of life, bro. Yes. What are we doing? Thank you. Woo. Okay, that's rage bait, Massey. That's rage bait. Too early for this? Okay, true, based. Never too early for me, man. That shit makes me feel alive. I'm so sick of people like eating shit and then being like, why does this taste bad? Like, what are we doing? Holy shit. We're doing it to ourselves, man. Why are we doing it to ourselves? Mom's fat bar. That's what I'm saying, man. Mom's heard, now I'm spanked. Good for you, man. Sorry, good luck. You cannot, great question. You cannot get Articuno in the Safari Zone, sadly. That would be, well, it'd be fucked up. Then you have to like catch it in the Safari Zone with the Safari Balls. That'd be the problem. Which that would be probably, yeah. Cool idea in theory. Maybe it like transitions to a normal bat. I feel like that'd be cooked. But you can't end up doing, I've caught not that many 1x31, sadly. Unfortunately, the Iron Man, or fortunately slash unfortunately as well, the Iron Man team is full. Yeah, everybody's, that's pretty much the known, yes, Mick. At the start of the event, everybody was like, yeah, Cubone's probably the best. It wouldn't, I think the winner will be like a Cubone, a Paris, or a Nidoran, something like that. What I've found from doing, you know, 140 or so catch events is that people very much underestimate how important it is to get more dice rolls. A lot of people go for like the +10 species bonus plus the +20 nature bonus, and that's what causes people to lose so many catch events, right? Now, to be fair, like, you know, it's good, you have like, you odds of winning catch event is like 1 in 300 or some shit, right? But going for more dice rolls is often the best strat, IMO. A 172 Chansey, that would be, you have to see a link. That's, if they claimed it and didn't link it, they're lying. They're cooked. People are cooked all the time in catch events, to be fair. If they link it, you know. Cooked, yeah. The Sag. That is Sag. That's fair, Tom. That's so valid. More rolls does cost more, to be fair, if you're newer. Wait, do you mean like Pokeyen wise? It's fun. It's great in the safaris. For a normal catch event, I agree with you. That's kind of fair. But like, no, the cost is so low. You should be making money with 1x31s. Unless you're like quick balling as a new player, which that's fair. That does cost more, right? I get that. But you can subsidize the Pokeyen you need. I don't know if that's the right word. Get the Pokeyen for catch event pretty quickly. Pretty easily. What was I gonna say? In the safari, this event's perfect for new players because you'll need 500 yen per entry, right? Like, it's so good. This is the most even. Safari Zone catch events might be the most even playing field because it's so little required. Like, yeah, catch events are already pretty low requirement, but. Yeah, no, but it is but Scott, I don't want to underplay. It is a relevant point for a lot of catch events for sure. Like, I do agree going for the most optimal strategy is like a little more expensive, like a little tough for new players, but it's also pretty tough to. It's pretty easy. Sorry, pretty easy to get to the point to have the like. I've looked again. I'm at that point on my Iron Man account within 3 weeks. I was like quick balling catch events, right? Like, ooh, playing for lowest? No, it could be. It could be either. I could do highest, lowest, and I'm also just going for Dragon Egg Group breeders. The main thing I'm doing, honestly, is going for Dragon Egg Group breeders for a Charizard breed and progressing my Iron Man account. The account comes first, and then the catch event. There you go, P Blue. Nice, dude. Yeah, that's rage bait. Get out of here, dude. But like, some people actually think that, Rubel, and it drives me crazy. I don't know, man. I think the definition of new player is just different for certain people. Like, some people might genuinely think you should be able to like load up a new account and do a catch event on it, which usually you can't do that. Correct. But if you have like 10 hours on an account with the region, access to the region, you probably can do it, you know? I guess like there's a pretty deep dive for players, but yeah, but that's on them, right? Like it's not deep for an MMO. The problem is you have to think of PokeMMO as an MMO, and a lot of people think of it as a Pokemon game, and that's why a lot of I always say I try to empathize and I do understand there's almost a disconnect between new PokeMMO players and the perception of what the game is gonna be, right? Pots for days. Thanks for the Twitch Prime, man. For 14 months is insane. Thanks for the sub, man. Thank you so much. Catch event is live right now, Ryan. It's live for 33 more minutes. It should be linked in the description down below. Generally, lowest I want to say is about a 20. I think someone claimed to have caught a 16, but I didn't see it. But maybe I'm not sure if it was confirmed. It might have been confirmed. I think the problem is a lot of Pokemon players come to PokeMMO, which most Pokemon fans spend $60 every year, buy the new Pokemon game, beat the storyline within 8 to 10 hours, and then never play the game ever again, right? Which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's very different from what PokeMMO is. It's like totally opposite games, right? PokeMMO is almost not Pokemon. It is, but it isn't, right? Like, The gameplay loop of PokeMMO is so... It could not be further from traditional Pokemon. It's an MMO, right? And a lot of Pokemon fans come to PokeMMO expecting Pokemon balancing, and they're met with MMO balancing, and they're like, wait, this isn't what I wanted, which is fair, but it's like a... It's like a... That's why I need to be more vocal, honestly. Something I could do better is be more vocal about. PokeMMO is really fucking grindy. PokeMMO is it's an MMO. If you don't like MMOs, you're probably not going to like PokeMMO. And that's okay, you know? It doesn't need to be for everybody, right? The same with like old school RuneScape's the perfect example. I love old school RuneScape. It's an amazing game. It's not for everybody. If someone told me, yeah, I tried old school RuneScape for like an hour and I was like, it was just not for me at all, I'd be like, that's fair. It's my favorite game of all time. I can vehemently understand how it could be someone's least favorite game of all time. You know, I get it. It's not for everybody. Yeah, I see a lot of Pokemon fans come to PokeMMO and get the misinterpretation of what the game is, and then, which is just totally fair, you know. Yeah, that you got it, Brewski. You can find Cubone here, I believe. Yes, I believe so. I don't know if it's the best spot for Cubone. Yeah, Old School RuneScape is probably my favorite game of all time. I love it so much. Yo, congrats on the catch, Sway. We take those. Even if just a prophet or a breeder, you know. Thank you. Rumel has the better advice. There you go. I know you can catch Cubone here, but it might not be the best. Yeah, Rumel's gotcha. Area to the right. You're on SRS? Dude, I was not a PVMer. I was not a raider. Was not a PVMer. I was a skilling nerd. Pots for days. No, you will not get banned by mailing Pokemon. I appreciate a lot of people are worried about that because I always say what happens is you see a lot of RMTers. What happens is if someone gets banned for RMT, right? A lot of them are just going to get banned and then not say anything, but the 1% or whatever, the loud ones who don't want to face the facts they got banned, why, if you already are permabanned, why would you not go to the forums and try to be like, oh, I got falsely banned, you know, try to appeal to the populace, which is a really toxic trait. And what happens is a lot of people who get banned for RMT rightfully go to Reddit, go to the Pokemon forums and say, hey, I got banned just for trading Pokemon from an old account to a new account. That's what they wanted it to look like, right? And then the devs are like, no, you actually didn't get, you know, falsely banned. We have like chat logs between you and another player, like, well, like that. Yeah. So like, yeah, don't let other people who did break the rules fearmonger you and scare you. You will not get banned for that. I've traded so many resources, so many things between accounts. You should not get banned for that. Obviously, human error exists, but usually the PokeMMO devs do not ban players without 100% confidence. Like, it's not it has to be without any room for doubt, right? This is obviously, I'm just repeating their philosophy. I can't speak for them or at 100%. Their philosophy from their mouth is they don't ban players unless there is no doubt in their mind that it's RMT or they broke the rules in some way or whatever. Toxic Gossip Train? Wait, that's funny. I don't know that song. I have a new song to listen to. What? Okay, dude, that's fucking hell yeah, Mick. That's awesome to see. And that's a perfect way to put it. Like, oh, I've caught one Chansey. I beat the event odds. Hell yeah. Like, that's a win. You basically won the event, dude. That's Giga Chad. Oh my god. Okay, now I don't know the fucking memes. And now I'm like my wife is laughing too, and I don't know why. I don't know the meme. Oh, is it the girl with the banjo? Is that the... Dude, that's how out of drama I am. I know of the banjo meme. I didn't know the name of the song. I didn't watch the video. That shit's just sad to me. Yeah, I know yeah. Yeah, that's... I mean, we always say on my yeah, that's like the worst. The ukulele, yeah. That's rough. Oh, did I say banjo? Yeah. What's for shiny? There are not extra points for shinies in this event. There sometimes are in catch events, not in this one. 7 IVs. At least you caught one, Mick. Best ever. Maybe. Something like that. Okay, now they're all fleeing from me. What the hell? The carbs got scared, man. I started rocking and they're fleeing now. I'm on channel 9. Very bit of people here for this event. Are you going for lowest? I'm going for lowest, highest, anything. My main thing is I'm looking for Dragon A group breeders for the account. I'm doing the catch event while simultaneously going for Dragon A group breeders. Why you sticky hold? It increases the chance of your fishing encounters. It's like Illuminate for fishing. Local streamer. Okay, that's when you put it like that. Local streamer throws rocks at fish and is confused why they swim away. Okay, fair play. I need Dragon A group breeders for a Charizard raid Pokemon. So I'm able to do the catch event. Like, do the catch event, celebrate Safari Week by also Johnny hunting in the Safari Zone, quote unquote, and then also catch breeders and progress the Iron Man account. That's all at the same time. Yeah, surely they would just tank it, Tom. Why would they be upset about that? They'd probably just eat the rock, honestly. That's what if I were a fish, that's just me, man. I would eat the rock. That's it, dude. One of the best things about catch events is they are just a fantastic break of acclamation. Fantastic break of acclamation. Dude, nice Lumen, nice catch. 156 Nido. Nidoran female, good luck, good luck. I've not gotten that many one-time 31s, honestly, yet, unfortunately. Also, this is the one situation where I actually don't want attack IV carbs. I actually want special attack for the Charizard. But I mean, I could obviously use them on different breeds in the future. I'm gonna have a lot of carbs to release after this. At least it'll be pretty easy. Like anything that doesn't have a 31. This is like a nice. Okay, we'll take that. Nice catch. I don't need to worry about 5 times 31. Like something I'm kind of getting into, which is a problem. I don't need to worry about having perfect IVs on the Iron Man as much as I am right now. I really need to kind of get more towards what's it called? The only mon I need perfect IVs for is Carp. Or not Carp, for Zard. Because Zard, I'm going to be using the fire ability patch on it. So I want that to be perfect before I ever use one of my very, very limited resources. Which is also a good motivator to finish one of the Pokedexes. I'll be working towards the Pokedex as soon as on the account for sure. Okay, over 12,000 encounters since last shiny. There are a few. No, that's so fair, Sad Cat. Yeah, there are a few Iron Men doing Iron Man accounts. You don't need Iron in the name. You definitely don't. It's really important to enjoy your username, you know? If you don't enjoy your username, the way your character looks, you're gonna be demotivated from play. It's silly as it sounds. It's really, really important. It's why like I took the recent like name change release so seriously, because having a username that you enjoy is really fucking important, as well as a character that you enjoy. You log in every single day and see that, right? Speaking of, I really do want to start. I don't like how much my Iron Man account blends into the crowd right now. There's not really, the problem is there's not really a way for me to work on that right now until holiday events come up. But I definitely don't like that I don't have any interesting vanities, any interesting visuals. I want my character to pop a lot more. Offers limits are then. That is true. I didn't even think about that. The problem is, you're not wrong. I guess I don't have to have one per. That's not right. How have I not thought about that? That's kind of hilarious. Ready to upgrade it? hit ability to the next gen. To the next gen. Then read it with the hit ability to the next gen. I don't get the next gen thing. But I could, you're not wrong. I could give Fire Patch to any shitty Charmander. But then, the problem is doing it to any shitty Charmander. I still have to breed it up from there. And then I enter the problem of, if I make one mistake, it could fuck it up really hard. Gotcha. The only problem, you're not wrong. That like it actually is like pretty good. Not a bad idea, Flux. The problem is if I fuck up the gender. So if I am breeding a 4 times, let's have a 4 times 31 Charmander, right? And I forget to make it female, right? At that point, I'm fucked. Because I need like a 4 times 31 Ditto, which is 1 in 78,000 Dittos, right? Or some shit like that. To breed it up. Or even like a 3 times 31 Ditto, which is like 1 in 1,000 to like not, yeah. If you fuck up the gender on a breed like that where you put the hidden ability access on it, you open yourself. But you're not wrong. It is like, yeah. Yeah. I think it's really important to like focus on, I think it's a really cool goal for the account as well, making a perfect Zard. But you're not wrong. I could technically just put it on the Charmander and then just like breed it up later. But then it opens up for chance for mistakes. I don't know why I didn't think of it. You're not wrong. That is just like the one you'll ever have, you know. A 4 times 31 Nido in global chat. Let me see. 4 times 31 wild catches are extremely rare. Like 1 in 78,000 or something like that.
Humans, what have you learned?
Event ends in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. 176 total score. How is breeding different? Extremely different. Breeding in PokeMMO consumes the Pokemon. It's hard to explain without visuals. If you look up PokeMMO breeding guide, I have a video on it. But PokeMMO essentially consumes the Pokemon, consumes the parents. But that obviously sounds terrible. And I would say when they changed the breeding system to consume the Pokemon, I was livid. I was so against it. I was like, I'm gonna quit the game, and I kind of did, like, for a little bit. So against it. And as I learned the system and as time went on, I realized it's actually probably the most genius system in the entire game, because the #1 problem in Pokemon MMOs is the deflation of good IV Pokemon, right? Not inflation with currency, but the deflation of good IV Mons is the biggest problem, right? So what the breeding system does in PokeMMO is it allows you to gain more control. You use things like braces and Everstones to have more control over your breed, and you can see how the Pokemon are going to come out. So it gives you more control and power and guaranteed good Pokemon at the cost of a higher expense. And it's what made the PokeMMO economy last at all. This game would have died in 2015 without, it almost did, without the breeding system. Yes, it's yeah, like Mick said, it's necessary. Most Pokemon MMOs without this exact breeding system just fail in time, because it's just not a sustainable economy. You have to have good IV Pokemon being synced out of the game and have to have a reason for your players to actually do it, right? It also made it a lot more balanced for PvP. Like I've talked about how, like, back in the day, you had to just try to wild catch a Starmie with 31 speed and 25 plus special attack, and then be like timid nature, right? You had to just catch Starmies or Staryus, and that was one of the most valuable mons. Was like, if your Starmie outsped the other Starmie, that was a big deal, right? That sucked because people who, like, you could farm more, yes, but like it sucked. It made it so like PvP players had to like farm a shit ton just to be able to play PvP to an effective degree, versus being able to like breed up the proper Pokemon they need, but just pay more, right? Well, it's still incredibly prevalent to have a 31 speed Starmie, but now you can just breed it onto it, right? Versus back in the day, you have to wild catch everything essentially. You could breed, but the stats wouldn't pass over as much. The beauty of the current system is you can guaranteed make sure you get the speed stat you need. It makes PvP way more balanced. You still have to spend money to make the Pokemon, which you should have to, right? I know, like, dude, Malcarp, don't get me wrong, part of me misses, it was called Bike MMO, because what you would do is you would get 5 eggs from just dittos and the same mons pretty over and over again, and you would take those eggs over to the bike route in Kanto and just bike up and down. It was called Bike MMO. Part of me misses Bike MMO. It was so fun and so nostalgic, but it was terrible for the game. It was terrible for the game. Way more RNG dependent and less skill based, more RNG dependent, and destroyed the economy. Or arguably, like, almost the game was almost. It's always funny to me when I it's really funny to me when I see Reddit posts or forum posts about like the game is dying. I'm seeing so many players quit, which I'm sure is true. Like, a lot of players like go in and out of PokeMMO, but you have to understand that's anecdotal, and you know it's really hard to see what scale is a bunch of players quitting, right? PokeMMO is bigger than it's ever been, and it's growing. I don't know who needs to hear that, but anybody who thinks PokeMMO is dying or is just, you're just statistically wrong. I'm sorry. The game is so big and so popular. It sucks if like your team is quitting, you know, or move. I get it. That happens, and that's frustrating. But as someone who genuinely almost saw the game die in 2015, you don't know how good we have. I'm being quite boomer and pulling a back in my day card. Don't get me wrong, but it's genuine here. Like, you don't know how bad it was. The game actually did almost die in like 2016. We are so far from 2016 PokeMMO, you have no idea. Like, it's not even remotely close. Yeah, I think what happens a lot of times. So for those who don't know, the PokeMMO player base rightfully and understandably dips after every single event season, right? And now the player base it's summer, so usually June is when the player base picks up. The player base has been really fucking popping. Right now, it's like everything numbers up, like everything's super up right now. We don't have exact numbers, but on player base, but you can check PvP stats. You can check listings on the GTL. My YouTube analytics is a big one that I see. My Discord analytics, like we have a lot of analytics we can use, even though we don't have exact numbers of players in PokeMMO, right? Different social blades of different PokeMMO creators, etc., right? So it's pretty typical in PokeMMO. We see certain rises and like rises, like roller coaster of player base during event season. So during Halloween, Christmas, Lunar New Year events, a lot of players come back to the game, right? What happens is there's a bunch of players that come back to the game, so the player base rises, right? The players goes up. And then after event season, people are understandably exhausted. You know, they need a break. They take a break, right? But what happens is some of those exact same people that came back to the game during the rise, they don't see the rise. Then they see the fall and they're like, oh my God, the game's dying. It's like, well, no, the game's not dying. You just have only been playing for 2 months for the event season only. You missed the rise. Right? So I understand. I get it. Like, your perception is off, and but hopefully people can understand, like, oh shit, maybe my perception isn't all of reality. Maybe I didn't perceive everything, you know? So a lot of times, the player base is at a healthy rate. It goes up for event season, and then it goes back down after event season normally. And then people who joined only for event season see the fall and they panic, and it's like, well, no, that's normal. Happens every year. Happens every single year. It's very, very normal. There's nothing wrong with playing a game and moving on as well, and it's a really important thing. That's amazing, Green Zubat. Good luck to you, dude. It's a great catch. It's a great catch. The typical, I've done a lot of videos on it, but the typical population rate of PokeMMO is something along the lines of like, I would say around like 20 to 30,000 concurrent players normally. And then during event season, that number goes up to like 50K concurrent players. I'm guesstimating, right? And then post event season, it goes down to like 20K, right? Because people need a break. And then back during like summer, it goes up to like 30 to 40K. And then post summer, like holiday-ish, it goes down to like 20 to, it's always between like 20 and 50K, and it just like normally, well, not always, it's kind of been like consistently going up. This is a pretty good catch. It's been consistently rising, right? When I came back to the game in 2021, I would guesstimate that we were at like 10,000 concurrent players, like way lower than what we're at now. We've consistently risen and risen and risen. 20K might even be an underestimate at this point, but this, I'm just guesstimating, to be fair, based off of a bunch of different numbers. Yo, what's up, Rob? First time chatter. Yeah, for the fucking Dido dances. I respect it. I don't think I've even said it yet. Happy Sunday, by the way. That's kind of a cool. We get to fucking hang out on a Sunday together. Kind of wholesome. Kind of cute. When's the next event then? Like the next holiday event? Probably Halloween. We usually only see Halloween, Christmas, Lunar New Year. 20k people? Probably more. 20k is probably a massive underestimate, right? So like Deadly Trigger, you have to keep in mind. So, dude, PvP stats really add perspective. I've done a lot of videos that cover this. You can watch videos that cover this tenfold, right? But if you look at PvP stats, right? In the past 22 days, there's been 320,000 OU games only. We counted it recently. There was like 423,000 games played within like 12 days or 19 days recently. And I would guesstimate only like 10% of the player base, 10 to 20% plays PvP. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if PokeMMO... You feel free to disagree. Like, when it comes to guesstimates on the player base numbers, it is just a guesstimate. There's no, like... I don't have the 100% factual answer. If you think PokeMMO has 2k concurrent players, you can have that opinion. There's not really a wrong opinion to have, you know? That is true, yeah. I'm not sure, Devin. I think I'm chilling right now. The week off was kind of the episodes 1 through 4 movie week for the Iron Man account was kind of the week off. Week off, and you know, what I might have to start doing, I probably have to stop streaming all the catch events / doing the catch events, because I think that's what's hurting my schedule the most right now, is streaming Monday through Thursday and then doing like 2 catch events on the weekends as well. Because usually for those who don't know, I work Monday through Friday like 10 to 12 hours a day. Probably not 12 nowadays, maybe sometimes, but like usually 10 hours a day. And then I'll stream Monday through Thursday, and then Friday I'll record guides, storyline video, you know, other videos for PokeMMO, and then Saturday I'll record for my other channels, Retro Pat, Patrouski 3, etc. Or People Fat Food Takes. So, and do thumbnails, timestamps. So I probably work 10 hours a day, probably like 6 days a week, and then I have like 1 day off. With the catch events, that 1 day off has been taken away. So I need to figure out something so I can at least have a day off a week, because I think that helps a ton with the mental. I'm not a work machine, even though I do love what I do. Hello, I'm new here. Oh, welcome, K4. So nice to meet you. Shut up. What do you do for work? I do YouTube, man. I do content. I do this, you know, there's no time left in my life. If you see how much I upload and how much I stream, there's no time left in my life for any other job, you know? I you know, and this is, so like, I work probably 40 to 60 hours a week, or probably 60 hours a week, and maybe like 50 to 60. And this is my chill era, right? This is my like, wow, I've made it. Now it's time to pull back, right? Do real work though. True. Yes, there is, Nick Troll. 9 more minutes. It's pretty late into it. Underworking, yeah, understandable. When I first started my YouTube, I was working 14 hours a day, 7 days a week for 2.5 years, which I don't even know how many hours a week that is. I have no idea. I was basically putting in 100-hour weeks for like 2.5 years. I don't have time for another job. You know, that's lazy. I mean, I put in a lot of hours into my job. What I always explained it was like, I do kind of think it depends on what I'm doing. I do think streaming such a lot of energy, but like, when you love your job, it's way less energy consuming and mentally consuming. And then also, I feel like on average, content creation is like 2 hours of content creation equals 1 hour of a real job. As someone who's worked real, not that I do think content creation is a hard job. Don't get me wrong. People love to be like, Omega lol, it's so easy. I try it. I think most people would fucking crack under the pressure, not to, you know. But there's just differences. There's just positives and negatives to every job. That's kind of the meme. Is it the hardest job in the world? No, not even close. Not even like remotely close. But I still think it's a, you know, a tough-ish job is all I'm saying. It's not a cakewalk. Pardon didn't work out. It's really fucking, it's hard. I don't know. I've worked a lot of different content creation's probably the second hardest job I've ever worked. The harder job I worked was AC unit installation. That shit fucking sucked. Having to saw through metal and having to deal with fiberglass, that shit fucking sucked. Maybe I'm just different in that, like, that the talking to no one part was easy for me. Like, getting past that was one of the easier parts to me. The hardest part of content creation is the hatred. You will be blown away, even at like 5,000 subs on YouTube, how many hate comments you will get. Like, I think that's the biggest. There's a lot of vitriol, a lot of anger in the world right now, especially right now. I feel like it's a hard time to pick up. Yeah, like, you will be blown away at, I feel like you could have like 10,000 YouTube subs and people will create like a Discord dedicated to hating on you in 2025, which is not when you're a big creator, you're paid so much money, it's worth to deal with the hate. When you're a smaller, the payment is, when you're getting paid, you know, the same as a fucking Taco Bell worker or less for most of your content creation career, to also get insane amounts of hatred like that shit's not worth it. But you have to hope that in the long term it becomes worth it. I'm honored to hear it, Jose. This is Kanto Safari. I did HVAC on it and all. Yes, dude, where am I HVAC? I couldn't believe. And also, I was doing, okay, this is not the hardest job I've ever worked. The hardest job I ever worked was HVAC installing. I did that shit for like a few days and I couldn't fucking hack it, bro. Oh my God. I was doing under the table HVAC work with a friend. My friend would work a side job for another guy who owned his own like business that would do HVAC installations. And, I did fucking under the table because it was fucking, it was a crazy time in my life. I was 18. It was a weird time. Okay. I don't want to get into it. But I got paid like $40 for like 12 hours of work. And it was like grueling work. Tax dodger. It wasn't even to dodge taxes because I wasn't making enough money to even get taxed. Like, that was when I was just like dirt, like starving poor. It was not a to dodge. What hour total? 40 total. I got paid $40 in a day for 12 hours of HVAC work. That was like, to give reference to, that job fucking blew donkey. Like, that shit sucked. That was the worst job I ever worked. That was the worst. So this is not the worst job I ever worked. That was worse. It was like criminal. Yeah, it's like, yeah. And then, so I did that, and then, I did my other two jobs I loved. I've done 3 or 4 different jobs. 3 jobs. I volunteered at like a summer camp, but I also worked at the 3 jobs I did prior to streaming were computer and demanufacturing. Sorry. I worked at an electronic recycling plant where I would demanufacture, such a fancy dumb word. I would just take apart computers and server boards, which is I learned a lot. That was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. The people that worked there were very cool. It was in a warehouse. We worked under like lights, like on a wooden desk. We would just like, it was just unscrewing a lot of, you know, those black desktops that are mass produced for like schools and works businesses. It was a lot of taking those apart, and it was cool. You would get pretty fast at that, and you would get like pretty good at it. So those server boards were a lot harder because there were some server boards that it's funny. You wouldn't think of taking apart computers and server boards as being that manually taxing of a job, like physically taxing. Bro, I lost like 50 pounds in a summer doing that job. There were server boards, yeah, like the Dell all the Dells, yes, the Optiplexes and shit. There were server boards that were like 150 pounds. We'd have to get like 3 people, and really fucking like 6 feet long, giant server boards we'd have to take apart. So I did that. But that was a lot of fun. I loved that job. That job was a lot of fun. Really hard work. A lot of fun. That was a minimum wage job as well. Every job prior to streaming, I worked minimum wage or less. I've never worked a job not minimum wage prior to streaming. So electronic recycling, demanufacturing, and then I worked at these were all summer jobs when I was in high school. So I worked the demanufacturing job when I was 15 or 16. I don't know which one. I think it was, I'm not sure. And then when I was 17, I think, I worked at the like a YMCA. I worked at a summer camp. The summer camp was fun because it was just the summer camp was essentially just organizing kids to play. It was a sports summer camp specifically, so it was mostly just, all right, let's play dodgeball with some kids, don't throw the ball too hard, you know. Oh, let's play football with some kids, you know, like that. Like it was mostly, yeah. I feel like there was enough, I could be wrong, Clarko, I feel like there was enough variety where it wasn't that, but maybe I'm, you know, it was a summer job for me, so I had that, you know, that privilege. There were some really cool people at the, I remember the person who was like, because I was like 16, so our, like, the person who was like our manager, but like not really, he was like the person who like mentored us, I guess. He was like 19, and he was like working there in between like high school and college to make money, and he was a really cool guy. He was like a 19-year-old guy, super straight-laced, like super to the books, like wanted to like just this guy probably went on to be a fucking genius. He was making an OS. He was creating his own, he was coding his own operating system on a fucking ThinkPad laptop on his lunch breaks at this like electronic recycling place. He was a really cool guy. Would you recommend going for a summer job someone who's 15 to 17? I really liked it. Like I genuinely thought it was like, it depends per person. It's just dependent. For some people it's gonna be better that you live your life, have summers, have fun while you're a kid, you know. Don't work if you don't want. But like for me, I really wanted to, and it was a lot of fun. I really you know, you lose your summer but you make money, and it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. Great way to meet friends. That's true. Often places that hire high schoolers in the summer like hire multiple. That is true. You meet some new friends. You learn a lot of like, it's a really good way to learn good responsibility. I feel like having summer jobs when I was in high school really taught me how to, I was a really good interviewer. That was one, maybe that's the, I don't know what, I always luckily had Riz. I remember when I was applying for, I think maybe it was because I was a teenager, to be fair. I haven't interviewed since I've been 18, to be fair. Maybe it's a lot. Job market seems fucked nowadays. But I had the fucking bro. I had the YMCA cracking up because I told it when I was like, I told a story. I was applying to a summer sports camp, summer camp type thing, and I told a story of how the last time I was at a summer camp, I was a volunteer at a different summer camp, and we went out to play like capture the flag, and there was like this river that ran along the side of the area, and it was really important. We told all the kids, like, it's really fucking important, like, do not, be really careful around this creek, do not fall in it or we'll get in trouble with your parents, you know, we'll have to stop, blah blah blah, all these things. And we made a really big deal of it to tell all the kids, don't fall in the creek, you know, if you're chasing someone near the creek, you know, be careful, yada yada yada, right? Be fair, yada yada, right? Long story short, one of the staff members, I was like a volunteer, I was like 14. One of the staff members named Joey, who was like 16, 5'11", who was like big for like me, right? At the time, he like puts his hand out towards me at near-ish to, I don't know anything. I fucking turn around and I just eat shit straight into this creek. Yeah, as a volunteer who's supposed to be like a good influence on these kids, I immediately ate shit into the creek. My shoes were soaked all day. And I was just soaking wet, and it was just really, dude. And the people who were high, they loved that shit, man. They were like, this wasn't a kid. That dude, it was a good lesson. It was a good meme. I feel like, once again, maybe this is a point of, maybe I'm out of touch and this would not work anymore. Let me qualify that, right? But I feel like being vulnerable to a funny degree in an interview is like really powerful. Like, I feel like telling that story, showing, hey, here's this mistake I made, and like how I kind of laughed it off and had to just like show the kids like it's okay, and like it's like really fucking important. I have not, Diogo. All right, catch event is over. All right, the catch event is over. I don't know if I have anything worth submitting, to be totally honest, but I can at least go sort breeders, see how many 1x31s we got, see the total loot of farming Magikarp for 1 hour in the Safari Zone. Yeah, it probably depends at the that's so fucking fair, Rumel. Depends the place and depends on the. That's so fair. on the vibe and on the types of people. A summer camp, it's cute. Like, it's people who, you know, they kind of just want people to be flexible, be emotionally intelligent, work with kids. If you're working in like IT or like a super logical, like selling software, they might not want to hear a story about how you fucked up some code that cost a company $1,000. So, you know, like that's a story you might not want to tell. Like that. Maybe if it's like oh yeah, it like almost cost the company a bunch of money, but then I was able to like fucking, oh yeah, I worked overtime and fixed it. Like maybe there's some, yeah. I feel like logical Larrys don't want to hear about mistakes, which is sad. Like that's, you know, yeah. Okay. Post bonus, yeah. Good attempt though, Elk. Good attempt. All right, we caught a lot of carps, man. Total IV. All right, we caught a lot of carps, as you can see. This is my highest one over in this box. Came out 111, nothing here, but look at this. Boom, a full box of 60 more carps, and then boom, another box. We caught about, I want to say 80-ish. We caught about 80 carps. 80 carps in the hour. Pretty happy with that. I was a little distracted, a little bit of rants at times, but pretty happy with that. Okay, let's go ahead and see what my highest catch is. It's this Pokemon right here, this carp. 140. So that's not going to be worth submitting. And then my lowest catch is a 42. So nothing for me to submit. That's how it goes. Like your average catch event catches should be like 40 to 120, maybe 60 to 120. Like I always try to encourage people, don't feel bad if 99% of catch events you don't have a submission. That's math. That's how it goes, right? Let's go ahead and now sort through all of the carps that don't have a 31 and probably just release like pretty much all of them. So let's go ahead and do this. Even the ones that are pretty high stat. Well, this one's really high statted, to be fair, and it's what has special attack though. Let's do this first. Let's move these over to any box that I can fit them because I'm running out of space, which is, you know, really sucks. We got 2 more over here. We caught about how many 1x31s? Let's do 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if these were all here. We probably caught about 20 or so, maybe 15, probably 15 or so Magic Carps with 1x31s. I'll take that for sure. Not too shabby. Good breeders. Yeah, Remember working at Amazon and I found an error that saved the company over $1 million. Use that in interviews at the time. Yeah, that's. There's gotta be. Maybe I'm living in fantasy world. Why isn't there? I wish there were. I feel like incentives should be way more commonplace in jobs. Like as someone who's self-employed, I luckily have all of the personal, like everything I do that's better personally affects me. If you're an Amazon employee, a McDonald's cashier, the more money you earn in the company doesn't always reflect on you. Sometimes you'll get a raise, but like, or like a promotion, but like how often? Generally not, right? Why aren't there? I think incentives might be a reasonable way to implement that, but I don't know. What do I know? Dude, that's so fucking cool. 280k dry is crazy. It sounds like you deserve the RNG break. Yeah, why would they? When they could just, yeah. You're not. Hopefully, it would be. You'd have to have some sort of financial convincing argument, and that I don't have. Maybe the argument would be it would convince the workers to work harder, but so I think money. Well, I feel like hopefully that would work. I could see that working, but I don't know. My current job, we get bonuses when we make goals as a team. Like, yeah, like even that, like that's so good. Like that's, I feel like every job should just have that. But we're you know, preaching to the choir. Let me see which of these are breeders that are actually worth keeping. Like this one's quite good. I think this is probably worth keeping. God, I'm running out of space so badly though. Is the problem. Oh, this fucking hurts. I should keep that, I feel like, but I don't have the space, man. Oh, this lack of space hurts so much, dude. Like, this is... It's a male, though, which is nice. Let me do 20 plus 5 stats. Okay. That's a good way to sort through. We pretty much got the ones we needed then. Okay, that's pretty okay. Now let's do 4 and like 25 plus maybe. Still nothing. Okay, we probably sorted actually pretty well though. We probably got the ones we needed. In the release box. Magikarp. Which one of these are worth? That one's almost worth keeping. Is it worth keeping? Not quite. The 1 times 31. How did I miss this? The 1 times 31. How did I miss that? Where's my... Oh, here. Okay, I'm dumb. Okay. Like, Adamant 30 attack. I feel like this should be kept, but I don't know, man. Ugh. I can't warrant the space. I just can't warrant the box space, man. This feels like such a good breeder. Keep that one maybe. 2 times 30. Like, dude, I hate getting rid of these. That one I can get rid of. This actually hurts so much. This one I can keep, I think. There's like a worse one over here I can get rid of. Maybe. Easily the hardest thing on this account is like keeping your boxes sorted and actually getting rid of stuff. This I can get rid of. That's fine. This I can get rid of. This I can get rid of. These are easy. Okay. These are easy. Whew. Less stress. Okay. Man, that's hard, dude. God, that is hard. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes full. Okay. Okay, this was really hard to sort through, man. This actually, like, really is going to hurt me. I have about 80 carps to release after. And that's after, like, I sorted through a bunch. This is tough. But I think it's... There's some good ones in here that, like, I really want. Like, I'm tempted to keep. Like, this one. Like, I'm tempted to keep some of these. Like, this one that's only missing Spadef. I almost want to keep it. But I can't warrant the space, man. 2 high IVs. Maybe I'll exclude those and just see what it leaves me with. Maybe I do keep these. But it's this one I don't. This one's no. This one maybe. This one's male and then it's only missing Spadef, I think. Oh no, this is a different one. It's missing Spadef and no, that's a release even. It hurts, man. That's it really, yeah, and these gotta go. Release. One of the hardest parts of this account is releasing so many Pokemon. It feels so bad and it's so painful. But you got to keep your boxes clean. You got a lot of Pokemon to catch, a lot of catch events. Here is, I now have about 3.5 boxes of Pokemon. I've cleared box 5. I've cleared my release box again. We've got our storyline box here at some point. UTs, we got to start training. Look, but look at these. My noted, my 1 times 31, both full. And then my 2 times 31 more is like getting there. Not good. Now, let's go use a bunch of the carps we caught. Let's go try to get ourselves some Zard breeders to continue breeding up this Charmander while we wait for the catch event results. Get breeding? Yeah, I need to do a lot of breeding, dude. You know the carps are the kids in need? I can't. I can't because I can't trade. Even give stuff away. Can't do it on the Iron Man. Okay. It's from a mod IB. I can link it to you. 1 sec. The mod that gives a little sparkling effect on the follower sprite is from this. Great question. It's a great little addition. I feel like every shiny hunter should have this mod, you know? It's a nice little small thing. That adds like a lot of oomph, you know? Adds a lot of value to your shinies. All right. Let's get to breeding. Let's go over to... Let's put our Pokemon away. Step 1. Let's grab our Flame Body Pokemon. I need my Flymon actually to get to the daycare really quick. Okay. What is Noted box? Noted is for Pokemon that are still have good IVs, but don't have a 1x31, but are notable is the way that I do it. Think about it. Wait, that's fucked up, Zan. Stamaz. Yo, what's up, Free Rain? How you doing, dude? Put that away. All right. Let's find ourselves a breed. I want to keep this this Zard in my inventory for most of this charm. Ditto should go for the fastest. Ditto, it's just the easiest IV or nature to spot. Ditto farming, should I go for the fastest? I'm not sure if I understand the question. Dude, that's awesome, IB. Smeagol's a great shiny, dude. Congratulations. 99 hours. That's beautiful, dude. That's awesome. That's really fucking cool. Yes, for one ability patch, you only need the local deck. You don't need the full international or whatever. Dude, happy to... do you mind if I ask what games? I love hearing what people are playing other than PokeMMO Free Reign. What games are you enjoying? I'm happy to hear it, man. That's... I'd rather people move on, you know, than... I love PokeMMO, but I'd rather people not play the game if it's not fun for them than stick around and be miserable and complain on the Reddit of the, you know. Not that you should critique games, but a lot of people just complain and don't critique, you know. Critique is hard. Critique is hard. Okay. Got my Charmander. I need special attack and speed on this. I need to breed up a fellow 3x31 to breed with it. It's Dragon Monster egg group, I believe. Dragon egg group breeders. Cheryl, I need to get the special attack stat now, probably, or the speed. Grab this. I need a female with a different stat. So we need a female with this, this, or this. We can use this Gyarados. That's totally fine. That works out. Okay. All right, this was always the plan. It's officially time to start breeding, okay? I have this Charmander. He's got 31 in 3 stats. I want to get special attack on him. I need a fellow 3x31 breeder to get that, and then I'll need a 4x31 breeder to match that as well. So, first things first, we need to create 2 different 2x31 breeders. So I'm going to go ahead and breed this Magikarp with this Gyarados, get myself a special attack brace and a defense brace, get this egg cooking, and then we'll go ahead and work on a... another 2x31 to match up with this guy, depending on its gender. So we'll have to wait a little bit. We'll do some extra breeds while we wait for this. Make sure to watch my cash stack deplete here, though. I started at 1,394,000 Pokeyen. Let's see how much it costs us today to do some breeds. Brace was this. Defense brace goes on the Gyarados. Special attack on the Carp. Yo, what's up, Ash Sheik? Of course, dude. From the team. Oh, dude, that's so nice. That was really nice of you. You don't have to, you know. Feel free to be an actor for a little bit, man. I appreciate. That's very kind of you, though. I appreciate it, dude. Hopefully, life treats you well, man. I don't need to worry about. I'm gonna let gender randomly roll. We'll get that going. We'll go breed a different egg group. to not mess with that. This is a good question. A lot of people, yeah. This is a good question a lot of people are wondering about, okay? Someone said, speaking of critique, is there any validity behind the claim that PokeMMO employs a flawed RNG system, causing some accounts to be very lucky and others to be very unlucky? I got recommended a YouTube video, and I don't know how legitimate of a claim it is. The honest answer for me is, I don't know either. I don't know math, so I'm not going to try to weigh in. The biggest problem that I'm seeing is a lot of people who don't have a background in statistics or complicated math watching one video and deciding their opinion off of that, and that's always really dangerous to me. It's totally possible. It's PRNG is being discussed, which should be discussed. I don't know math. I'm not going to watch one video and then have an opinion based off of one source of evidence. That's a really dangerous thing to do. It's possible that PRNG is the most important thing in the game. It needs to be addressed ASAP. It's also possible it's not a big deal and it's nothing at all. So I'm going to let the math nerds fight it out and you know, fight for the embedment of the game. I have no idea. That's my take. My take is that I don't know. I'm not going to speak out of my depth. I don't know math. So why would I, you know? Yeah, that's it. Simple as that. I don't know. Sorry. But it's an important thing that should be addressed, you know? I would implore others to do the same thing that I do and not watch one video and walk away with an opinion. I think that's really dangerous. I think it's really important to have prerequisite understanding and knowledge. Not that that person would try to intentionally like misconstrue things. It's just, it happens on accident, and like information can be left out or be considered to be understood. I just don't know. Yeah, I like Xanar. So this is the other, like, so Xanarchy brings up a really good, I just have no idea. Someone could tell me, hey, PokeMMO uses PRNG, and I'd be like, oh, and this is the problem with trusting one source, is that, not that this is what, I don't know what's happening, right? Someone will do different things, right? Someone could make a video saying, hey, PokeMMO uses WTF RNG, and here's why this is bad, right? And then the game might actually not use WTF RNG. It might use LOL RNG. But because I don't know math and I can't fact check it, I believed the foundational prerequisite knowledge and I have no idea, right? Okay, here's a good fact check for someone who does know math. Once again, I can't weigh in on this. Xanarchy says the game doesn't use normal PRNG. It uses a CS PRNG called /u/dev random, which is so much significantly better and is used in banking security. Q confirmed they use CS PRNG. I don't know shit about math. When I hear that PokeMMO uses the same system as banks, that sets me at ease, but I don't know math. I would leave it up to the math experts for sure. Like I was saying, the problem with the PRNG stuff is I don't know. I just don't know. But the problem with exploring a topic that you don't understand and walking away with an opinion is that someone could either accidentally or purposefully misconstrue things from the start, right? So if someone could tell me, hey, PokeMMO uses WTF RNG, and I'd be like, and then explain why WTF RNG is bad, and I'd be like, oh shit, that makes a lot of sense to me because, you know, blah, blah, blah. But then it's like, oh, well, PokeMMO doesn't use WTF RNG, it uses LOL RNG, right? I'm just making up words, right? So the problem with like going by one source is the well could be poisoned. You could be misconstrued from the start, and it's a thing where if you set up a position and then build upon it, you can almost build any position to seem reasonable, right? You have to be able to question that foundational opinion, and I don't have the math knowledge to do that, so I just don't. One of the most important things you can do as a public figure, micro niche internet cosmic pico celebrity, right, is to say when you don't know, you don't know. So when it comes to the RNG discussion Pokemon, I just don't know. I don't want to talk out of my depth. It's really important. I'm gonna let the math nerds duke it out, and then just be patient. Don't freak out. Don't panic is the big thing. Let the math nerds figure it out, and just portray that information to you guys when something is more developed. Yeah, I just have no idea when it comes to math. Just shiny hunt, yeah. Yes. The problem, and I don't mean to, yeah. Yeah. The problem is if we look at history, there are, I'm not going to drop names. The problem is there are a few content creators who constantly make negative videos and constantly make videos that draw up hysteria. And these creators do this consistently. And that's when I always say, if a creator only makes positive videos or only makes negative videos, you should be skeptical of them, right? Which is why when people say like, oh, Patrouski's toxically positive, that is a good critique that should be explored. The problem is, hopefully I have evidence to show that's not the case. When I made an entire video critiquing the 2023 event, when I made the entire event season, when I was the most outspoken person against Mysterious Balls, when I was vehemently outspoken against Mysterious Balls being allowed in the Shiny Wars last year. I've critiqued the PokeMMO devs plenty over the years, and I always say like, calling the 2080 horde split a bug fix was downright disrespectful and dishonest to the players. I critique the devs plenty. The problem is I critique the devs, I say why it's a critique, I explain what they could have done better, and I move on. If I talked about the 2080 horde split every single day, that's the definition of insanity. That's not healthy. If you have a problem in your life and you talk about that problem every day, you're not engaging with that problem in a healthy way. You need to either do something about it and fix it, or acknowledge it's out of your control and move on, right? That's all it is. I think there's a fair developer communication would be amazing. I would love to see that. Yeah. Result in chat. I'll check that in a sec. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oof. This PokeMMO shit gets serious sometimes. What's that gif? Yo, what's up, yo, pet dog? Results in chat. There's no drum rolling, my bad. All right, okay. All right, we are getting catch event results in chat. I did not submit anything, but congrats to anybody who wins anything. Boom Beetle, amazing username. 22 point. I'm surprised, honestly, to see. That's like kind of high. I would say usually around 20 wins fourth place, like 18 or so. But like 22 is still very respectable. Congratulations, amazing username, Boom Beetle, on the fourth place. We're now just waiting for third place, second, and first to be announced. Oh my god, the points. Holy, third place is a 179. Woo, I knew the species bonuses were crazy for this event. 179. Yeah, that's insane. Whoopstar. Also, they showed the catch time. I wonder if there's there might not be a time. I might just show that just in case. But third place, another amazing, back-to-back amazing usernames. Boom Beetle and Whoopstar, 179. Congratulations, dude. That is a crazy catch. 179 third place is a wildly high score. What was your best catch, Leo? I'm sorry, man. Sorry to hear it, dude. That is a crazy catch. 179 is so high. Yo, Green Zubat! I saw him in chat. Yo, Green Zubat! I saw him in Twitch chat, bro. Congratulations. Second place, 181, man. Congrats, dude. That's so fucking sick. That's so beautiful. Congratulations. We also have someone in chat who caught a 176. Just barely didn't make third place. Sorry to hear it, man. That's still an amazing catch. 4 times 31, he said. That'll be a great sale. Some good Pokeyen profit at least. Dude, insanely high scores. Yeah, it makes sense because you could get like a plus 15. I would love to see the... I'm curious to see... They don't say the species caught. I would love to, just for curiosity reasons, what Pokemon they caught. I would guess Cubone or like Paris. And then in first place, first and second tied. Okay, every single person had an amazing username in this event. Wait, that's Boom Beetle, Whoopstar, Green Zubat, and then first place was Wumpy Nub. Amazing usernames. Congratulations, dude. Wumpy Nub with a 181. Someone said, I don't know if it was a Chansey for sure. Someone said, but we don't know for sure. It wasn't confirmed. 181, man. That is just so... Congratulations, dude. You love to see it. Congrats to all winners and participants of this catch event. This was a pretty intense one, it seemed like. A fun one to celebrate Safari Week. Glad everybody showed up. That was a cool one, man. That was a cool one. You got a Cubone? Yep, that makes sense. That makes sense. We predicted that. Good call. Good call. Good call. Oh, pseudo switch to expensive, really not good for the game purpose. Yeah, there you go. I appreciate people weighing in because I just can't. Yeah, it's tough when there are, and I don't want to say it's because I just don't know, man. But the more I'm hearing from others, the more it seems like it's misinformation. The scary thing with misinformation is that sometimes misinformation is really hard to disprove. Flat Earth theory is an infamous one. If you try to talk, flat earthers get really good about memorizing certain talking points, and if you don't have a deep education on like science and, you know, what do with the planets and space, it can be actually hard. There's a reason why some flat earthers will out debate and win a debate against round earthers, even though the earth is obviously round, because 99.99% of scientists believe that, right? It's fucked up, but if you learn certain rhetoric, right, like you can win a position even though it's, yeah. It's, yeah. So the scary thing with misinformation, the point is, the scary thing with misinformation is that sometimes you can have a winning point because you know certain talking points, because there is like prerequisite knowledge that is you have incorrect, right? Yeah. I'm a square earther. Okay, now we're talking. I've never heard of that. That's so 5 seconds of BS takes an hour to disprove. Wow, I've never heard of that. So this is an iron account of a character. Make 2 more characters. No, I think that is not. I think that's. I don't. It is not. I think that's against the rules. It's up to you. Having multiple characters at that point, you're playing a group Iron Man. That is not. Even if I called it an iron account, I disagree. I would go back and re-correct that ruling. A lot of people have. Trading with alt accounts is still trading. That is, yeah. This is a great point, since it might not be obvious. Coming from RuneScape, I have a lot of like Iron Man prerequisite understandings of what that entails. But if you don't know RuneScape, it's less intuitive. So a lot of people have asked, is it okay to have alt accounts on your same Iron Man login and then use those for box space? And in my opinion, absolutely no. I think that would be totally against the Iron Man game mode and the spirit of the mode. That's just group Iron Man. That's a thing that people do in RuneScape, is play group Iron Man, where you can trade between like 4 different accounts of your own or different friends, right? That's a group Iron Man at that point, right? You need to always, having multiple accounts. An Iron Man account, in my opinion, is one character. It is an Iron Man character, right? That can only log in. Having multiple alt accounts, logins, even on the same account, for box space, in my opinion, that is against the rules. In my opinion, that is very much not an Iron Man account, a group Iron Man, which is fine. Feel free to, play whatever the game mode the way you want to, but just I wouldn't call an Iron Man account if it is using alt accounts like that. That's a group Iron Man, in my opinion. I just have no idea, Mick. I just have no idea. Everyone knows the Earth is a hexagon. Obviously. How else could we fucking see the moon all the time? Duh. If I make a fresh account and character, mail to the same wait, what? If I make a fresh account and character, mail it a name change contract, and change, and then delete. Wait, what? My brain. I'm having a hard time reading this. I honestly don't know. I think you're trying to like get a name off of an account that you already. I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that you're not wrong, Blobfish. Like that reaches a. I actually have an analogy for that, Blobfish, where like you can't. I don't like when people use like, oh, there's a 5% chance that you. If there's like there's a 1% chance that like Sasquatch or Bigfoot could exist. Therefore, like I believe he does exist. Well, no, you would never believe the less likely thing, right? You would believe the most likely thing to be the case, right? If you want to believe Sasquatch is for like a hobby for fun, even though like in the back of your head you know he doesn't, I think that's, I don't know, that's fine, or like I don't know. But what was I gonna say? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. No, it's a trust system right now, unfortunately, John Doe. I use the seatbelt analogy, right? A lot of times someone will be like, oh, but like this could be happening, so therefore I believe it is the case. just because something could be happening doesn't mean you should believe it's the case, right? You probably should believe the more logically likely thing. A seatbelt increases your likelihood of surviving a car crash. It does not make it 100%. Should you not wear a seatbelt because it only increases it, right? This comes into play a lot with certain mediations of certain punishments or whatever. Like with the diet soda discussion, right? Like, oh, I'm a big fan of diet soda. I think diet soda is a great thing. We don't have a whole lot of studies showing that diet soda is that bad for you, aside from maybe some bone density issues. We need like more years of aspartame studies to really understand if it's a link to like certain things. The meme is like, we want treats as humans, right? Comparing diet soda to normal soda. Diet soda is like 100 times better for you. It's like not even, it's not bad. It's just like not as bad rather, right? The seatbelt theory is a good, or seatbelt analogy is a good thing where like you do want a certain level of increase and it still matters, right? Not the diet soda talk. The diet soda talk should be the most boring, tame discussion in the world. It literally is just like based in boring logic, but people have a lot of emotional memes when it comes to diet soda and energy drinks, especially. Like they're like, oh, it's bad because I was told it was bad 10 years ago. But then if you ask them, oh, why is it bad? They the sugar. Okay, what about no sugar? The chemicals. Okay, what chemicals? I don't know. Maybe the aspartame. Okay, aspartame has no studies that actually linked. There was one study in the 70s that pumped a rat full of it directly, and the rat got cancer. But it's been disproven since then. Like, oh, it was like way too much. It was an insane amount of aspartame, like more than any human could drink in one day or in any time period in their lifetime. And also, it was pumped into a much smaller vessel of rat. Like that's been like debunked from my understanding, from my layman fucking memes, right? What's the wildest conspiracy theory that you believe in? The wildest conspiracy theory that I believe in is that some of Twitch chatters' moms don't want to fuck me. There's no way that's true. That's a conspiracy theory. Anyways, okay, we're gonna fucking, okay. We gotta breed carps. We gotta breed carps, okay? Put for them a special attack. Okay, back to the important stuff, chat. Breeding Magikarps. We have a male here. We need a matching stat. We need HP and then either defense. Let's go check. Okay, 31 HP here. And then we could grab, we need a female with 31 defense, or let's just do any to see what we got. ABB. True. These are also all males. Oh, there's one female. Okay. Okay, that works. Okay. Let's get this breed going. We have this guy and this guy. We lose some stats value here, but that's okay. Test his theory. Okay, wait a minute. No, don't test it. No. Don't make me get rejected live on stream, okay? Chill. Don't test it. I mean, obviously that would never happen, Copium, but don't make me test that shit. Yo, that would actually be... We need more dating streams on Twitch. That would be so fucking fun. Or like... Are there any Twitch streamers? This isn't insane. Are there any Twitch streamers that go around and try to rizz up women in public? Is that too unhinged? That would be insane entertainment. Is that too unhinged? Like, imagine a Twitch streamer just like tries to get phone numbers of like the rejection that guy would go through every day. That'd be so fucking brave. Dude, I'm happy to hear it, Clouds. I loved episode 5. Episode 5 is the best Iron Man episode, like, by far, in my opinion. This is modern Twitch? Yeah, they probably do that, actually. Pretty much all they do. Kind of base. Okay. Okay. We should be good here. All right. All right, we have our first 2x31 carp and our new 2x31 carp. I need to make sure I breed this one female so it can actually be compatible with this one. This one will come out 3x31 in HP, defense, and special attack, which I'll then need to make sure that I breed the carp as a male and make sure I breed the Charmander as a female, and then I'll be able to make this Charmander 4x31 with that attack stat. So I'll be needing one more stat on the Charmander and nature. The problem is getting nature. If I randomly roll modest along the way, that's ideal. Other than that, I'm gonna have to breed a ton of carps over and over and over again until I eventually get a modest 4x31 breeder. Dude, the catch of it, I'm so happy. Dude, it's never been a better time to come back to Pokemon. Obviously, I'm biased. I love this game, Clouds, but dude, that was amazing. Yeah, that was an amazing time. The catch event shit was so crazy. I don't think it's too soon, especially for an Iron Man account, Scott. Like, raids are about from this moment 4 months away. Would be my guess from coming back. Dude, on an Iron Man account, it just takes so long to get these Pokemon. I don't think it's ever too early, in my personal opinion. But I get it. I get it. Okay. Next up, let's just throw together some more carps. Now I need a speed one. I actually have more, males at this. Let's do that. Let's do 31 speed with water. I could do water B for this as well. Then it has to make sure to come out Dragon Egg group. That one has a lot of good stats. One has some decent stats, but whatever. All right, while we are waiting for that next carp to hatch, I'm gonna go ahead and just get another breed going. Which one is this? Yeah, that one. Perfect. This is gonna be the start to the speed IV as well. As you can see here. Did I fuck up? Breeding mistakes are gonna happen. There's a good example of one. It's gonna happen, man. When you breed so much, no matter how many hours you have in PokeMMO, mistakes like that are gonna happen. There's so many things to factor in. I made an oopsie. Made an oopsie, boys. Let's see if I have a... I don't even have a male. Okay. What I'll do instead... Look for dragon really quick. Yeah, okay. We take this one. Beautiful. Not even a problem. All right. All right, here we are. I fixed it. There we go. 2x31 Dragon Egg Groupmon coming up. That'll get the speed stat one starting to brew. Once this Magic Carp is hatched, I'll breed these two together. I will need I forget which braces for that. We'll wait for the hatch to see which braces I need for that. The egg hatches just take a while, unfortunately, one of the worst parts here, because having lack of donor status on the Iron Man account, definitely a disadvantage in this situation. Choose gender, don't need to on that breed. But it's a good, I need to be on top of that. For this next carp breed I do, and then for the Charmander breed I do. I play on 1280, 720. Oh, I'm off by 1 pixel. Did you notice that? No way you fucking noticed that. That would be like insane, Zan. You must have just been asking. There's no way you noticed that. I was off by a pixel. Scraggy is Dragon Age group. Yeah, there's some really interesting ones. Liwick. I have a Flame Body Slugma Yomama crew. Never the follow hazard. What's up, dude? Does Amulet multiple payday payout amounts? Wait, what? Does Amulet Coin multiple payday payout? I don't know what this... Amulet Coin does not boost payday profit. It's only profit from, what's it called? Yeah, dude, Blobfish, I think this is what happens to a lot of people and is a really... It's the most important question to answer, Blobfish, is what is PokeMMO's endgame content and to give people goals. I would say PokeMMO's endgame is very comparable to Minecraft, okay? you can boil the end game of Minecraft down to, oh, all you do is you mine and you craft, right? Or you could be like, oh, I want to build a giant tree house. I want to build a giant cobblestone castle in the sky. I want to build a library. I want to build a museum. I want to build a mansion. I want to build a snow castle. Like Minecraft is infinitely playable if you have goals and creativity. And PokeMMO is kind of like that, which, you know, is important. This video called 63 Things to Do in PokeMMO is probably my favorite video I've ever made. It's not my most popular by any means, but it is one of probably my favorite video because I think it answers the most important question in the game, which is, you know, creating goals. Creating goals is so important. I think PokeMMO is a sandbox game. It's a sandbox MMO in a lot of ways. What's up, Steve? Happy to see you, the fucking OG dude. What's up? What's up? Oh, yes, I've been asked about that before. Yeah, Zanzan. Good call. I just called you Zanzan on accident. I didn't mean that as a pet name. Sorry about that. Yeah, let me go ahead and get these Magikarps bred together. I need an HP and attack brace. This one here. Okay, yeah. An HP here. Okay. Now this does need to come out a certain. Okay. This needs to come out male. All right, next up is the important 3x31 Magikarp breed. The nature, the gender on this actually really does matter. This must come out female so that I can compare, make it compatible with my current Charmander and make my Charmander up to a 4x31. The dream here is rolling a modest nature on either this carp right now or this Charmander. I'm actually doing a fair bit of breeding. I'm running a little bit low on Pokeballs. I am gonna go dump a lot of Pokeyen on Pokeballs. I need a lot of like, you need so many. I need Quick Balls as well. Let's go stock up on Pokeballs. Yeah, I hope it helps, Blobfish. It's the most important question in the game, in my opinion. What feels like GTA 5 Online? I can see that. I think PokeMMO actually has, not to disrespect, I love GTA, don't get me wrong, but GTA 5 is genuinely only money farming. Like, that is all you really do in that game. Money farming to like buy cars and, you know, which is all it needs to be. I do think PokeMMO has shiny hunting, PvP. Like, there actually are a lot more skills in PokeMMO that aren't just money related. But obviously in GTA you can do things. Dude, I used to love one of my favorite part about GTA 5 is survival. It's honestly like just the survival game mode alone is what makes me want to play GTA. I love the survival game mode in GTA 5 Online. It's so fucking fun. The wave-based combat shit, I love that shit. Was so cool. Yeah, GTA feels so much more stressful as well, for sure, obviously. Yeah. Given the kind of game it is, makes sense. It's just a random ARP. We'll move this down. Let's go to Unova. I'm gonna buy a ton, boys. Yeah, no, that's a good arc. Playing GTA with your friends is always a good meme because you can just ride around and crash cars and do whatever. And I thought this Embor had a green flame for a second. I was like, the forbidden shiny Embor, but it was just on top of a Reuniclus. That was a good meme. We're going to a movie tonight, right? I forgot about that. I'm watching Brokeback Mountain for the very first time tonight, gamers. I've never seen it. I'm excited. I'm watching it in theaters. My first ever viewing of Brokeback Mountain, boys, in theaters. I'm excited. Yeah, I feel like it's a great, like, once again, sandbox games are amazing because you make your own content. Yeah, for sure. Like, GTA 5 is carried by like players creating their own role play. They're in their own content, you know. All right, we are over here at the Pokeball place now. I have 85 net balls. I want to just stock up on everything, honestly. I'm going to spend a lot of money, I think. I'm going to buy more nest balls. Nest balls have been really cool on the account. I don't really need, like, Pokeyen is made to be spent. That's the goal on this account. Dust balls, I actually do need a ton of. I'm going to drop money, boys. I'm going to drop money. Boom. 179 dust balls. Timer balls we're pretty stocked up on, but you know what? Screw it. Let's get more. 47 would be... Let's do 10 more. We're spending a lot on Pokeballs here. Repeat balls, I don't really need. Quick balls, I do need. Let's do 80. Oh my goodness, my Pokeyen stack. Luxury balls, let's buy a few more. These are just for like fun. Buy 30 more. And then... Wait, they don't have Pokeballs in this Pokemart? That's kind of fun. I didn't know that. Okay. I just spent like 4 to 500k. I think 500k. 400k? Pokeballs. Here's the big one, chat. 1,000 Pokeballs. This should last me a while. Boom. 200k on Pokeballs. We'll buy 2 more for 1,025 Pokeballs. Great Balls I actually do want more of. We'll buy 75 of these. And then Ultra Balls we will buy like 100 of each. We'll buy like 57. I am down to 484k. I gotta do a gym rerun today now. I feel like to like make up for all that. I need some more repels as well. I'd rather just stock up. It's better to spend your money. Spend money to make money. Spend money to make progress. Your money on an Ironman account is here to be spent. To make proper. Let me copy and paste. Let me actually just buy like 20 of each of these. These are really nice to have in mass. And they're really cheap. It costs like 6k to buy 20 of these. All the awakenings, all the status heals and all those. Escape ropes, we have plenty. Expert lures I kind of do need more of, but I don't want to get too many right now. They're pretty expensive on the Iron Man. That's one thing where like, when I get a ton of money, I can work on that better or waste those more, but... Mats repels. You actually do need like a fair amount of like each type of repel. Like it actually really matters. I'll get like 40 more match repels. That's actually not that expensive. Okay, let's just go ahead and get 100 of each repel. Oh my goodness. Okay, I need to calm down. I'm going a little crazy. Okay, we're done. We're done. We're done. I just spent about $1 mil. That's how fast. Like this will last me a while. Don't get me wrong. This will last me a while, but you can blow through Pokeyen on an Ironman account, man, or just on any account. You can spend Pokeyen very, very quickly. I need the amulet coin farm to get more amulet coins, and then yeah, let's go back to our breeds. We still have some Pokeyen left to breed, thankfully. I'll have to do a gym run soon, though. We got our 3x31 Charmander. We're about to make our first. This is our first. Yes, this is our first ever 4x31 breed on the account. Okay, let's just show the whole process because this is gonna be beautiful. This is our first ever 4x31 on the entire account. Okay, let's go do it. Let's go do it, boys. I need attack brace and Bidef. Attack brace on the Harp. Bidef brace on the Charmander, I believe. And I need to make sure this comes out female or I'm trolling. Female. I'm gonna click it now. 4x31. Now, the problem is gonna be getting nature on this thing. It's about to become a nightmare, which I'm not looking forward to. I don't know how I'm gonna do. On an Ironman account, it's way tougher. On a main account, you can buy a breeder. I need to probably Everstone up the modest nature and just go for it. I'm down to 197k. Holy shit. That hurt, man. That really fucking hurt. Yeah, I'm kind of too low on money now to finish the breed. Actually, not wrong. What the hatch? Hey, while that egg is hatching, we'll do movie Trousty. It's the perfect time to do it, man. Stuff like are you allowed to sell stuff like on the GTL? No, definitely not. If you got BP from PvP, etc., are you allowed to sell it via trading? BP, no, not that's it's a more I could say like sell like a BP move. More specific question, but no. Actual trade? No, you can't. No, you can't actually. Yeah, can't even do that. That's like an interesting one. Like that is, but yeah, I think that would be because the player would be trading you the Pokeyen. They'd be trading you some sort of resource, you know. That would be very much against the game rule. And obviously, I'm just my game rules, right? Like my definition of what an Iron Man is, you know. Please feel free to create your own and just, yeah. What's up, Park? Ooh. I would use a different King's. That's it's a really cute, wholesome question. Opstretch, I would use a different King's Rock. And, yeah. I would use a different King's Rock and just go ahead and keep that one that was on it. I like that. I think I've watched a shit ton of movies since I've last talked to you guys. I'm gonna be so honest. Not as many as I thought, to be fair. All right. Alrighty, fellas, it is time for either your worst, your least favorite part of the stream recap, or your most favorite, depending on who you ask. It is time for the movie Patrouski takes. You can always skip this if you don't want to listen to it in the timestamps, but you know what? I've been really into movies. It's been really fun to discuss movies. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. I don't know a whole lot about movies. I've just been watching a lot of movies, and I like movies. That's really where I'm at. So let's talk about it. If you have movie suggestions for me, let me know. I love hearing movie suggestions. I have my watch list. I watch a lot of movies. I've watched like, what, 10 movies since the last time I saw you guys? It's been a lot of movies, so let's jump into it. Now, Alien vs. Predator. Okay, some things I didn't actually watch. I like re-rated or rated retroactively. So Alien vs. Predator, I didn't watch recently. I just watched it at one point in my life, and I never rated it on Letterboxd. Letterboxd is just the website I use to track all this, which is really fun. It's a cool website to track stuff. Some people are pretentious and annoying, but it's a really good tool to track what movies you've seen and rate them and leave reviews and keep good memory on them, right? Alien vs. Predator was actually my first ever introduction to the Alien and or Predator universe. I'm curious to see how normal that is. How many of you, the first Alien or Predator movie you watched was Alien vs. Predator? I don't know why, but that was like, I feel like that movie was like really hyped when it came out. Yeah, it's a good movie. I give it like a 4.5. It's quite a good sci-fi movie. I really enjoyed it. I watched it a while ago, obviously, but just a good sci-fi movie, a good representative of the characters. I would love to watch more in those series. I've seen the original Predator now, the original Alien, and the first AVP. I haven't seen like anything else other than that, I believe. Yeah, I feel like Alien was just super popular. Next up, the Phoenician Scheme I saw in theaters. My problem, so I gave the Phoenician Scheme a 3 out of 5, which is a 6 out of 10, which is it was a good movie. The Phoenician Scheme was a good movie overall and enjoyable. My problem with Phoenician Scheme is my same problem with a lot of Wes Anderson films. I kind of think Wes Anderson films are, I don't want to say inherently pretentious, but they come off like really, they're artsy beyond an artsy degree. I like artsy stuff dependently. This is like, his style is not for me, is maybe the nicer way to say it. He does this like, and I yap. He does this, he is a yapper in his movies. His movies are dialogue, and like, which I like dialogue heavy movies. I actually prefer that over action heavy, but there's no emotion. Wes Anderson movies are monotone. Everybody speaks in the super monotone style, and there's zero emotion portrayed throughout the entire movie. And if you know me, that's not my favorite kind of thing. The Venetian Scheme still manages to be like, the Phoenician Scheme at its core is a comedy. It's a comedy movie. It is a comedy, goofy fucking movie. The easiest way to describe Phoenician Scheme is it's Scooby-Doo for adults. That's what I've come to. And that's not an insult. The Phoenician Scheme is a fun, silly willy comedy movie. It's Scooby-Doo for adults, okay? Do not expect anything more than that, is what I would say. Carry On, I actually re-rated. We watched Carry On during, it was like a Christmas movie that was made. Carry On is a really good premise, in my opinion. Terribly acted, terribly executed. I love Jason Bateman as a villain. He actually fucking is super sinister, hilariously, post Arrested Development, which is funny. I still haven't seen Ozark, but I love Jason Bateman, and him in Carry On is amazing, and it kind of carries the movie, but it's not enough, man. Carry On was not. I gave it a 2 out of 5, so a 4 out of 10. Now, to give Wes Anderson some fucking credit, bro, Isle of Dogs. Wes Anderson is a director. Isle of Dogs. Watched Isle of Dogs with my wife, and this movie was really fucking cute, man. It's a really good story. I think Isle of Dogs is the least pretentious Wes Anderson movie that I've seen. It's just a good story. It's just a good tale. There is emotion, but even then, it's still done monotonely. Yeah, the art style is really fucking interesting. Yeah, the stop motion. Isle of Dogs was really pretty. I give it a 4.5 out of 5. So it's a 9 out of 10. Really high rated Wes Anderson film for me. Next up, this one hurts me. This is Fool's Paradise, which is the Charlie Day movie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia and obviously other things. Charlie Day and a bunch of other amazing people, where he like has a duplicate stunt double of him. It's like Charlie Day, Jason Sudeikis is in it, Ray Liotta, Jason Bateman, Ken Jeong, the guy from not 100 Games, The Hangover. This movie is really bad. I think that's a cold take. It's the general sentiment. I love the people involved in this movie, and I'm happy they made it. It's not funny. It's not interesting. It's not enjoyable to me personally in any way. It's my opinion. Next up, maybe the most... Okay. Genuinely the weirdest movie I've ever watched. Well, weirdest? No. The weirdest movie I've ever watched is Eraserhead. The weirdest comedy I've ever watched. Or the most... How do you describe this movie? My wife hated this movie. Maybe not hated, but like she really didn't like it. And I get that. This movie's not for everybody. I think it's a total coin flip. This is Freddy Got Fingered, okay? Freddy Got Fingered is absurdist comedy done well. Like, Freddy Got Fingered at its core is kind of a lol XD so random movie, but not done cringily and done back in like 2001. It's so absurdist that I think it actually works. It's so dumb. The whole joke, in my opinion, of Freddy Got Fingered is that the movie got made. The fact that a company funded him $14 million to make this movie is the funniest joke of all. And I think it's actually like does a very good job at this. I described Freddy Got Fingered as, did you have a hard day at work? Are you overwhelmed by something? Stressed out in your life? Turn on Freddy Got Fingered. It's so fucking stupid. You won't be able to think about anything seriously. You can't take life seriously when you're watching Freddy Got Fingered, which is a pretty impressive feat. Okay, so I give it a 4 out of 5 and a like. Yeah, Tom Cruise low-key a pioneer. Yeah, he's just insane. He's really charismatic in the movie. Like, it makes me really like him. Next up, Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. I am vehemently under the opinion that Wreck-It Ralph is one of the most underrated franchises in like, it's not Disney, right? Is it Disney? It is Disney. I don't fucking know Disney memes. Gotta be one of the most underrated Disney movies. Dude, Wreck-It Ralph goes hard. The story is beautiful. John C. Reilly's voice acting is fucking amazing. Sarah Silverman, it's really fucking cute. I love Wreck-It Ralph. Wreck-It Ralph, both 1 and 2 are amazing. Check it out. They're just really wholesome, really cute, family-friendly movies. And like, I don't know, man. Wreck-It Ralph 1, Wreck-It Ralph 1 reminds me of Kid Naruto, where the plot lines are like making friends and how to not give up on yourself. Like, don't give up and make friends, right? And then Wreck-It Ralph 2 is just Naruto Shippuden, but like unironically, Wreck-It Ralph 2 is like this. It's just like Naruto Shippuden, where it's the same moral lessons of don't give up and make friends, but then it weaves in like, oh, do you still not give up? What if your actions are causing your friends to die? That's what Wreck-It Ralph 2 does. It's fucking crazy, man. Check it out. And so I give Wreck-It Ralph got a 9 out of 10. Our first 5-star movie, our only 5-star movie we get to talk about today, The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I think this is like generally like a lot of people's first introduction to like loving film, and I can see why. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty is beautiful, and I think it's a 5-star movie. I think it's a must watch for like anybody. It's a movie. Let me read my review of it a little bit. It's just a small portion of my review. The Secret Life of Walter Mitty is a must-watch for people who are privileged enough to not be fighting for their life and scraping by and fall into a new kind of problem. The biggest kind of problem that a lot of middle-class Americans fall into is acclamation. For those people who are spent, just living day to day, doing okay, but not doing amazing, but not also in survival mode. For those people who are not chasing their goals and desires, for those people who are gliding by, this is a great reminder to get out there, and it's just so damn beautiful. Like, Ben Stiller is a genius. I fully believe that. From Severance to Secret Life of Walter Mitty to Zoolander, like the range this guy has is fucking unbelievable. This movie is amazing. Secret Life of Walter Mitty is all about a guy, Walter Mitty, who lives a very boring, mundane, normal life, and he like daydreams and has these fantasies about what his life could be. And then as the movie progresses, you start to see he like starts actually taking chances instead of just daydreaming, and those daydreams that he had start actually becoming reality. And it's really a beautiful tale of like breaking the mold. It's really, really pretty. So I'll give it it's a perfect movie in my opinion. Next up, one of the most overhated movies of the year, Snow White. Snow White, and I'm not a Disney guy by any means. If anything, I probably dislike Disney more than most. But like, Snow White is the most fine movie I've ever seen. It's literally what I expect when I watch a Disney princess movie. It's gonna be a 5 out of 10. Like it's what I expect. It's I don't understand why Snow White was so hated. I genuinely don't get it. Most of the points that people make in popularity when it comes to Snow White, I agree with the points, but people take them way too extreme. Was Gal Gadot's performance of the villain, like, was she not evil enough? Yes. What, did it ruin the film? No, I don't think so. Did it hurt it? Yeah, of course, right? Like, was the main actor's performance really, really good as Snow White? Yes. But was it amazing? No, right? I will say the CGI dwarves are pretty bad. I think that's the worst part of the movie, is the CGI dwarves. But Snow White is the most average, like 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10 movie. I don't get why it's so fucking hated. I don't know if it's just being drawn into like other things. It's being overhated in my opinion as a movie. That's all I can say. Next up, Masterminds. This is a long movie, Patrouski. Masterminds. This movie was really fun. This is a Zach Galifianakis, Kristen Wiig, Jason Sudeikis, Owen Wilson theft comedy. What's it called? Heist comedy. And it's based on a true story about how these, like, for lack of a better word, hicks, like country folk, plan to rob a bank. And it's just really funny. They're so well acted. The cast is so lovable, so likable. This was a very fun little dumb Saturday noon comedy. I love comedy movies. So Masterminds, I give it a 4 out of 5, 8 out of 10. Great comedy if you haven't seen it. Very underwatched. Next up is Fanboys, which I love the people involved in Fanboys. Once again, a lot of the people involved I love. Jay Baruchel, I always butcher his name. I don't know how to say it properly. Jay Baruchel, I don't know. He's the guy from Sorcerer's Apprentice, and he's in a bunch of stuff. She's Out of My League. I think he's in that. He's the main character. You know, he's a really cool guy. He kind of just chills. He's in This Is the End. He's a Hollywood actor who, like, is very talented. He's the voice of the main guy in How to Train Your Dragon. He's a guy who's very talented, but doesn't, like, work constantly in Hollywood. He took a long break, it seems like, and then, like, he kind of just does. He's like a chill guy. I don't know him, obviously, but yeah, he's awesome. So him, and then Dan Fogler, Sam Huntington, Kristen Bell is in it. Seth Rogen is in it. Seth Rogen, Danny Trejo's in it for a sec. Seth Rogen. They also got Carrie Fisher from the original Star Wars. Billy D. Williams, who plays, what's the guy? The guy who almost gets eaten by the worm in the original Star Wars. And then Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes make a cameo. Craig Robinson's in it for a sec. The cast is really funny and really impressive. They get Ethan Suplee, who's from My Name is Earl. Fanboys is all about, the plot is funny and interesting, but it's not well done. It has not aged well. There are some jokes in this movie that genuinely, I think people are a little harsh on older movies sometimes in terms of aging well. This one has some rough ones that are impossible to defend. But Fanboys is about a group of friends who travel across the country to see the Star Wars prequel, the Phantom Menace movie, before it releases, because they were like so excited to see this. They were like the massive Star Wars fans. They wanted to see, and it's really cute. It's a time capsule. I think Fanboys is a 2.5 out of 5. It's just a 5 out of 10. It's a fine. There's a lot of problems. Seth Rogen simultaneously plays a massive Star Trek nerd and a pimp in the same movie, and it's never addressed, which is very funny to me. It's a fine movie. Next up, Moana 2. I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time talking about Moana 2. I gave Moana 1 a 1 out of 5, and Moana 2 a 2 out of 5. Moana just does not click for me. I don't get it. The songs aren't interesting to me. It's not entertaining. The story's nothing. The plot's not there for me. I should like Maui's character, the guy Dwayne The Rock Johnson's character. I should like him on paper. On paper, he's like everything I love in like a fucking stout, strong, you know, guy. And he's so arrogant. He's so obnoxious. I hate him, which is really sad, 'cause I should love him. Moana's not for me. Kids love Moana, which is awesome, and it's a kids movie. They are hardcore kids movies. I don't see the appeal to them at all as an adult. I'm glad kids like them. That's it. I'd rather go watch Coco. I think Coco is a fucking amazing 5 out of 5 film. Ratatouille. There's just better. Yeah, Moana's not for me personally. That's it. Extremely long movie. Patrouski, sorry about that. There was a lot to talk about. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Movie suggestions. Just disagree with me in the comments. Give me your takes, your opinions, things I think I missed. And movie suggestions are always appreciated. Thanks again for watching. Oh my goodness. Whew. There's an actress deal for. I could see that. I mean, yeah. I don't know what the solution is. Maybe the CGI dwarves just looked really bad. I was really surprised they did that. I don't know shit about the main act. I don't know. Yeah, Tenet's on my watch list. Dude, yeah, Walter Mitty is... Dude, Ben Stiller is so fucking talented. It's crazy. Or Fractured? I have not. Ratatouille is best movie. You say Spaceballs in response. Don't tell this guy my Spaceballs take. Oh no. I respect if someone told me Spaceballs is their favorite movie, I wouldn't judge them for it. I'd be like, I totally get it. I understand. Spaceballs is just the epitome of not my style of comedy. It was the same problem with Airplane. Airplane and Spaceballs is every joke in both of those movies is, oh my goodness, it's raining cats and dogs outside. And then you walk outside and it's literal, ha ha ha, literal cats and dogs fall from the sky. Do you see what they did, guys? So they took a phrase and they took it too literally. That's so funny. I can't. 80s comedy to me might be the least funny thing in the world. And comedy is the most subjective thing in the whole wide fucking world. Yeah. It was beautiful. I don't know if you... Coco's also a 5. Yeah, no, Coco's amazing. Coco is perfect. Yeah, Death of Charlie. That's a new one that was added to my watch list. Yeah, Coco is like maybe one of the best kids movie I've ever seen. Yeah, which that makes sense. If someone told me they loved Spaceballs but hated Airplane, I'd be like, that's suspicious. But if someone told me they loved Spaceballs and Airplane... respect. It's not my style of comedy. And I love sketch comedy. I love Tim Robinson. Tim Robinson is speaking to millennials and zoomers in a way that I think no other comedian really does. He just really taps into like social anxiety, I think, super well. I love Tim Robinson. I think he is the funniest fucking person on the planet right now, and I'm sure that will pass in 5 to 10 years. You know, comedy is the worst aging thing, and it just changes so much, and it's so subjective. And comedy's tough, man. Comedy's tough. Have I played all those games? No, I'm gonna be honest. Definitely not, dude. Definitely not. I don't have time for all that. I try to play as many of the games that I own as possible, for sure. But I definitely have not played all my games. All right, on to the Charmander breed. All right, but our Charmander has hatched. It came out hasty nature, so no modest nature, unfortunately. That's okay. We expected to have to fix that, but this is our first 4x31 Pokemon on the account, which feels pretty fucking cool. Oof. All right, but I think that's going to be it for me today, fellas. I got my first 4x31 Pokemon over on the Iron Man. Took a lot of resources and breeding, a lot of progress happening there. I still have my Articuno to hunt and catch event done with. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy, Monday. See you tomorrow bright and early for Monday. Streams return as normal next week. Thank you so much for watching. Like the stream if you enjoyed it. Dislike if not. Subscribe for daily Pokemon videos. Follow me on Twitch for streams Monday through Thursday at 12 p.m. ET. Discord's down below if you're interested in that. And if you want to go above and beyond to support the channel, Factor will be the best way to support the channel for the next 5 days or so. The deal ends very, very soon. You have about 5 more days to get 50% off a Factor plus free shipping using the link in the description. It's also the best way way to support the stream. It supports the stream. It gives me a really nice, healthy commission. I'm honest about that. It's a great product that I genuinely believe in. You get food, and it extends the streamathon that will happen at the end of the month. I haven't scheduled that quite yet, but I'll have to do that very, very soon. Probably schedule it sometime. I'll schedule it this next week. It won't be this, but I'll have a date out coming up very, very soon. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Have a good day. Good luck on your catch events. Click on shiny hunts. And for now, peace Reno, fellas. Woof. Little Sunday stream, but that was fun, man. I can't believe how many people showed up for the catch. I appreciate all the viewership for the Sunday catch event. Was like very fucking generous, guys. Thank you so much. We're gonna raid someone on Twitch. If you want to stick around, spam some smiley faces, spread some love, stick around on Twitch for about a few minutes. It's a nice way to you know, just spread some Twitch cheer. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace, Reno.
Wait, but it didn't attack. Wait, but it didn't attack. Does it not attack if it... Okay. Weird. I didn't know it did that in Gen 1. You wake up, you just don't attack.